Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Let's switch over here. All right, it is a bit dark. Hold on. Well, to say the least. Yo, all right, let's go with that. Yeah. Right. That seems more like it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Music probably blasting. Way too high, maybe. Let's turn this down. Yes. Welcome everyone, Sandra Uchiha here. We are back at the end of July. It's crazy when I think about it, but yeah, the year, honestly, the year is basically done already. Let me see if everything is looking all right. Everything's looking all right, I think. All right, yeah. I think the quality is looking all right. All right, hold on. All right, so there is Discord for the most part here. Yes. Let me just check on one and two more things here. Of course. Alright, so Discord, there's Discord there. Everything looking good with OBS on my side, it seems. Stream looking good. Two persons here. Alright, yeah, so as I said, yeah, welcome to the end of month subscriber stream, everyone. For those of you who will be probably rewatching this after it goes up, shout out to you, and of course, thanks for the support, thanks for stopping by. How is everyone? That's the better question. It feels like it has been a while. Again, like compared to the heights of my upload frequency, yeah, it's again, it feels like it's been a while. Even though we did do that whole stream when it came on to the SD Gundam Battle Alliance demo a few days ago, so you can definitely check that out. That's on the channel. You can get to see me get my ass kicked. And I'll definitely be buying that game, the full game, when it drops, more than likely. So yeah, no promises on, you know, a playthrough, but you know, it kind of has me wondering, should I like start like a separate gaming channel? Probably not. Like, I'm hardly sitting down to play a lot of games, much less in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'll probably just start up the Xbox and like run one or two round of games, and just, you know, that's it. So it might not make sense to like go full out and like really start like a full on gaming channel. That's just me, but you guys can let me know. But yeah, back to the main thing. How is everyone? That is the better question, because we're coming down to the end of the year. And at least when it comes on to manga, well, more specifically anime, the fall season is looking pretty crazy, to say the least. I mean, Bleach, new Gundam, Mushoku Tensei is next year. What else am I missing? Bleach, Gundam, Spy Family. I'm sure I'm missing a million and one other shows that are showing in the fall season. But for me, the main things will be Bleach, the new Gundam, and Spy Family, more than likely. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to those. Let me open. All right, actually opening the Discord lines from early tonight. Hold on. Alright, so just to kind of check it here. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Alright, yeah, so the Discord is basically open already, essentially. So if anybody really wants to like join in on the convo at any point in time, of course the link is in the description below to the Discord server. Of course, it's the only voice channel on the server, the yow. So you can definitely join that. But anyway, to kind of breeze over some of the stuff I wanted to kind of touch on for tonight, of course, as you can tell by the thumbnail, and as we usually do here from month to month, the recurring topics, of course, Boruto, Black Clover, One Piece, and anything else that comes along based on what you guys are, you know, up to, because of course it's the subscriber stream. But yeah, I mean, we had a 1 month break when it comes on to the Boruto manga, and I know I did say I would spend July catching up to the Boruto anime, but God no, like I'll know I haven't even started. I haven't even picked up where I left off. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not, I just like honestly, I just, and to be honest, this has happened before where I've dropped the Boruto anime and I just like for the longest while I'm like, I just don't have any desire or drive to even watch the anime. And then once it reaches like, oh shit, it's getting way too far, I need to catch up. So it's more along the lines of that. I will get to it eventually. So there's that. But yeah, it just is what it is. I just haven't had the greatest of desires to actually catch up with the Boruto anime, but it is what it is. Of course, you guys can let me know. I mean, if any of you are like caught up, you can of course let me know in terms of how things are going. I have seen like the new designs when it comes on to, well, quote unquote new designs, Himawari and Kawaki for upcoming arc. So there is that, and I imagine that should take us way into, well, we're August, September, October, November. I don't even have a start date for it, but I'd imagine that should take us way into up to Jump Festa more than likely, where they can at least work on announcing something else right after. So yeah, I guess that's my only expectations in terms of the upcoming arc so far. But that aside, yeah, the Boruto manga, like, yeah, we had a 1 month hiatus, which was rough, like for a monthly series to have a 1 month hiatus. Yeah, that's rough. It's not like a weekly where it's like, okay, like the author could probably go on break for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever the case may be. But you know, once they start up back, we'll get weekly stuff again. So it was kind of rough. But we're heading into August, so of course we have to start talking about Boruto Chapter 72. And like, what are the expectations going into that chapter? I mean, where is the story going to go? How are we going to function? What's going to, how is the character like Code going to, what's his next move? I mean, what's going to be the dynamic between Amada, Eida, Daemon, and like Naruto, Sasuke, the Uzumaki household, Kawaki, whatever. I mean, there are a few questions to ask. So like, the more I think about it, it feels like we'll be slowing down even further when it comes on to like just the whole, you know, story and pushing the whole time skip and everything. So it still feels like the time skip is going to be like way off, to say the least. And oof. Like, I mean, I said before, it's like each chapter it just feels like the time skip is being pushed back way further. Especially now that it seems we did get word a month or two ago about some code activation arc that should be taking place in January, or you know, give or take, for you know, that first part of 2023. So more than likely we still probably won't get the time skip for now. Again, like I usually do, if I'm a betting man, like if I'm a betting man, then I would want to say probably the time skip might be maybe chapter 80. Maybe. I'm tempted to just say, yo, screw it, and just put it to like chapter 100 and call it a day. But I mean, I think I'm gonna say chapter 18 because that's two and a half volumes, give or take. 72, 73, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, give or take. So wait, home's all gone. But yeah, more than likely, it might be around chapter 80, give or take. Hold on. And the reason why I say that is because like on more than one occasion I have been wrong in terms of like the pacing of the chapters and everything. So more than likely it's going to be a case where by the time 2 volumes pass by, like a lot is going to happen. Yo, easy. MPGX, what's up? I'm here, man. That's popping.
Channel, but my Quest channel recently just got negged on, and it's no longer available for me to use.
Your channel?
My fourth one, yeah.
Wow. Well,
The-
how people report copyright strikes? What?
my very first one with 55 was copyright. My second one was, I think it had like 20 something, was like the Gmail was disabled. The third
Wow.
one, which is this one, like my third one, I think you have like 15 got
Mm-hmm.
disabled, and then this one just like got disabled too.
I'm confused. I don't understand. So, like,
He just keeps getting taken off the platform, is what he's
Yeah,
saying.
you said
yeah.
like try again, and then it won't let me inside of the account, and then it just like won't let me use it.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man. So I'm just curious
Yeah.
for the first one that got the copyright strikes. Like, what were the videos like though?
I actually like really heavily edited the videos, and like I actually put a whole bunch of effort into it and everything. That was like my very first YouTube channel. Had
Ah,
like 55 subs, so I was like streaming every single day, posting videos, stuff like that.
that's
And then as my channel got taken down more and more, I just kind of chilled out on like all the editing and everything. I just kind of like started slacking because I was like, my channel's probably gonna get taken down anyways.
no. I totally understand it now because like 2, 3, 4 channels. Like, I mean, I'd probably do the same and just leave this alone for a while. But it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Might have to message the owners of YouTube or whatever, see what's going on.
Wild.
Um,
But,
question is
huh?
Black Clover. If you want to talk about it for a second,
Yeah,
it's
man, no
about Black
problem.
Clover.
But before that, how are you guys otherwise though?
Oh,
I'm, yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, all right. What about you,
for
Easy?
sure, good,
Yeah, all right,
I'm
good.
pretty
easy.
good.
All right, good vibes, good vibes. Glad to hear. But yeah, welcome guys. Again, MGM. I'm sorry about the YouTube issues, but
No, that was easy.
uh, oh, but all right, yeah. Yeah, Black Clover. Black Clover is back after 3 months. It's about time, eh?
I'm hyped about it. I like that.
I thought
I
the
love this
chapter
thing.
was. I thought it was an alright chapter. Like easily like a 7 out of 10 for me. Definitely the starts and the end. Definitely hype.
The end, the end got me hyped for the next chapter.
Yeah, because I'm wondering how how Lucius is going to even approach this. Like, is he just going to come straight on and say, "Yo, XYZ," or what? Or is he just going to pretend for
Hold
a bit
on,
more?
my brother's getting strangled right now.
No,
Um, I made a prediction, and it was of Sister Lily, like after the chapter, and I made her thinking she's gonna get unalived or either get revealed as a traitor.
you think Sister Lily is going to be revealed as a traitor?
Or if she gets unalived.
Hmm. That feels a bit out there, but I'm up for anything at this point, to be honest.
I could honestly see her getting unalived mainly because I don't think Asta has like any other reason to fight. I'm gonna mispronounce his name. It's either like Lucius. I don't think he has another reason to fight him besides like betrayal and because he's just evil.
Mm-hmm.
So adding that like revenge, like unaliving Sister Lily, it would give him like a revenge arc, and it would give him it would give him more of a reason to fight Lucius. Or
Huh. You know, now that you think about it, getting Sister Lily out of the picture wouldn't really be a bad idea. Because Lucius, however you want to pronounce it, I feel like his objective, considering what he said to Lucifero in the beginning of the chapter, I think he's gonna be somewhat of a like a like he's gonna be in the gray area in terms of how what he wants to achieve, but probably the way he wants to achieve it is going to be the messed up parts. Because it doesn't seem like he has like at least Lucius himself doesn't seem like he has anything against people. I mean, he did kind of big up humans like that. So I think he's gonna be one of those type of characters essentially, and of course, everybody else is going to probably disagree with how he plans to go about things.
Lucifero is just like a clown.
Yeah,
He's a
because
straight clown.
like it's surprising. You know, funny enough, when I just read the chapter, I did not realize that Lucius was actually there with him in the like the last level of the underworld. Like it wasn't until like I was looking back at the wiki, for Lucius, I'm like, wait, he was there? And then I read about the chapter. I'm like, oh, he really is there. Because I thought he was like actually still in the human world, just having the heart that he got already, and he probably just ate it from there. I did not realize he actually went down and actually seemingly beat Lucifero again. So that was wild. But
Yeah,
I guess
I don't know why, but my train of thought, like I honestly thought Lucifero was like on the battlefield where they fought in the Spade Kingdom. I don't know why.
Hmm. I mean, probably the other half of his body may have been left, but I mean, hmm. Not sure why you would think that either.
I have no clue why I was thinking about that. But he's just a whole clown overall.
Yeah, honestly, he's been like initially when he came out, I was like, okay, this is cool so far. He's getting things done, but in the grand scheme of things, right now, yeah, he's been pretty much a disappointment. I mean, I can understand why Lucius and Astaroth could beat him because I mean, Astaroth plus the half of, well, the heart that he got from the piece of Lucifero's heart that he got already. So I imagine he should be stronger than Lucifero. But yeah, Lucifero's just been underwhelming to say the least.
Forgot what I was about to say. I forgot. I honestly forgot. It's about. I think it's about Boruto.
Mm-hmm.
Boruto. I haven't been keeping up with the series at all.
Like both
In
manga
fact,
and
I don't.
anime.
I'm so. Yeah. Everything to me is just so confusing.
Oh, wow.
I've tried rereading and rewatching it.
Where did you leave off? Yo, Juju, what's up, man?
What's going on with y'all, bro?
Man, we
It's
here
good.
in the month stream, so you don't know.
Oh, you into your stream now?
Oh, no, I'm not ending. I'm just saying it's the end of month stream.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. But what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, usual.
Makes sense. Before I get to you though, Juju. Yeah, Jix, yeah, where did you say you left off though? Because you said you were reading, but you haven't really been keeping up.
Sure. It was like the Boruto versus Cold fight. Like when Boruto like confronts the Cold. I'm pretty sure I left off like right there.
Alright, not too far off. Around chapter 65, 66 there, give or take, I imagine. Yeah. Give or take. You're
Yeah,
not
I
too
left
far
off
off.
like a straight around there.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go to my
All right. Meanwhile,
I left off on chapter. I left off on chapter 67.
Yeah. All right. That's not bad. That's not
But I
bad. Yeah.
forgot so much stuff that happened.
I mean, considering we're heading into August, you could just. Well, I mean, it's an easy catch up, to be honest. It's an easy catch up. It's like what, 4 or 5 chapters.
It'll take me less than a month. But
Yeah.
when I do that, I want to get a Naruto rewatch in.
All right. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. But speaking of Boruto, especially now that we have Juju here, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, like, yeah, we had a 1 month break, which was killer for a monthly series. But we're heading into August, and we have to start talking about chapter 72 for the Boruto manga. MPGX, even though you're not caught up, I imagine you've seen videos in terms of what's happened in the latest chapter, though, right?
No, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't.
Would it be?
I haven't been following anything that has to do with the manga at all.
Wow. Alright, we'll still talk. As long as you don't mind quote unquote spoilers. As long as you don't mind.
Oh no, I don't care about that.
Alright, fair enough. But yeah, chapter 72. Juju, talk to me.
I don't even. It's. I would say it's probably gonna be a bunch of Amado dialogue.
Yeah.
Probably him like negotiating with Konoha, trying to get Ada and Daemon into the village. It was alluded to in chapter 71 that he was gonna kind of give us a little bit more information about like his plans and what he's doing with Kawaki.
Yeah.
Obviously like the emergency shutdown button, which is really weird. So I'm expecting like next chapter to just be a lore filled chapter. I don't think we're gonna get a whole bunch of like action or anybody fighting at all. But yeah, basically a bunch of Amado dialogue and pretty much lore. But I'm very, 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 very excited for it because it's been like 3 years since I got a last chapter. So yeah.
3 years. I like how you put it. I actually agree because it kind of falls in line with what I was saying earlier, where like the way things are paced right now, and I keep saying this every month, the way things are paced, it doesn't seem like we'll be getting the time skip anytime soon, because it seems like Kishimoto is really taking his time to really flesh out and build up this whole interaction between, you know, Team Konoha, Amado, how Code is going to approach things. So right now it doesn't seem like it seems like things are going to be more, they're going to be paced slower than we'd probably like, but we can probably get some appreciation out of that slower pace. So to get more like lore and everything next chapter, yeah, I expect as much.
Yeah, so I forgot what I was gonna ask you. Oh yeah, so what do you think about the whole Ada and Damon situation, like them joining Konoha potentially?
I like it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it because at least it opens up the door for, like, I mean, I don't think they're bad characters or anything, but I would still say they're not really like fan favorite either. And for the fact that they're not necessarily straight up villains either, I think them coming to Konoha and actually interacting with like a Boruto or a Kawaki or Himawari or whatever the case may be kind of opens up the door for them to actually get their characters, I guess, get fan reception up for their characters. I would say that. But of course, at the same time, I think it's also a ticking time bomb because I'm just expecting some fallout to occur and somebody to threaten probably Ida, and then Daemon jumps in, and then it's just chaos from there. But I think it's a great opportunity for their characters to get developed a bit more, to say the least. You know, get to see them in some different settings, explore them a bit more.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see like how Daemon interacts with Konoha.
Yeah.
Because he has like this certain personality where he's like fun loving, and he kind of just wants to have friends to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Based on how we see him like interact with Bug, because he kind of gets mad at Bug because like he feels like Bug is ignoring him when he thought like he looked at him like as his friend.
Yeah.
So like in Konoha with like Boruto and the Next Generation, I mean, I think that's one of the things that they're gifted at is kind of like bringing people from other scenarios and situations, kind of like Tsubaki in the anime. How
Yeah.
like Tsubaki, she's from a different area, but she can come to Konoha and like fit right in, you know. So I don't think Damon is going to have a problem. Ada is pretty weird
Yeah,
because
true.
she's like manipulative to the core. So I think Ada's going to be the main problem, but I can see Damon fitting in perfect. But yeah, I agree with most of the things you said though.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Hold on. King Bayo, wagwan. Akil, welcome to the stream, dogs. I'm here chilling, you know. We just it's the end of month stream, so you know how it goes already, that time of the month. And yeah, pretty much I do agree with you, Juju. I think the next thing, the big thing that I've been questioning is like I doubt we're gonna get code in the next chapter, to be honest. But like Juju, like how do you see code moving forward? What's his next approach? And I know that probably the cliche thing would be more cyborgs, more androids, especially since it seems that we're taking some sort of inspiration from the android and cell arcs from Dragon Ball. But I think that's the easy answer. But like, what's the next move for Code? Like,
That's actually kind of funny. You said Cell, like you could say like Code is could be in a mode like Cell. How Cell starts off in his form that's not his perfect form. He's more or less
ah,
like in a more inferior form. And he somehow like absorbs some sort of power. Now, is it going to be like human beings or something? Probably not. But maybe absorbing chakra fruit or, you know, the life force of a planet, you know, and basically evolving himself until he reaches the perfect form.
yeah,
And then he comes back, destroys Konoha. Um, I think that's probably the route the writer should take, trying to put him in a cell type of mode,
mm,
or role, I'm sorry. And Code, yeah, I basically see Code just trying to evolve himself some way in terms of his power level. So yeah.
all right, that doesn't sound bad. Um, I think you kind of said something that kind of caught my interest. Um, having Code like leave the dimension or even leave the planet. Or some probably he uses the 10 tails on another planet initially to power himself
That's
up and come
possible.
back. Yeah, that would be crazy, but um, hold on. Easy. Are you up to date with Boruto? If you're still at the mic here, no, probably did step away.
Hello? Oh, my
Yeah.
fault.
I'm gonna go.
Um,
I'm gonna take a
no,
shower.
I'm not. It's still Boruto.
What did you say, Juju?
No, I didn't say anything. I think it was somebody else.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're saying not caught
I'm
up?
gonna go take a quick shower.
Yeah, I'm not
It
caught
was
up to
me.
Boruto.
No pressure, no pressure. Um, Before we come back to the upcoming chapter 72, MPGX, you said there are things like you're not really like sure about when it comes on to Boruto. Is that just from you just not keeping up,
Yeah,
or you got questions in terms of where you are
yeah.
now?
It's just that. It's just I'm not keeping up. That's the only thing.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. But I'm curious though. I mean, because you're not really, as I said, not far off from where the story is currently. So chapter 67, you said, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
it's not very far. Is there any like expectations you have
I
for
think
the
it's just
story? Like,
not really.
hmm,
I think the only reason I'm confused is like I tend to daze off like when I'm really bored,
yeah.
and I just start to daze off and just look at the ceiling or something.
All right, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
I'm
Um,
gonna go. I'm gonna take a shower if you don't mind.
yeah, man, I don't mind. That's cool. That's cool. We'll still be here when you get back.
All right.
Yeah, man, no pressure. And so, yeah, Juju. Having Cool would probably even go off planets, absorb something. Probably it's a case where some resident of that other planet or dimension somehow makes it to Konoha, warns them, just to kind of put things in place to start building up the mystery and the threat of his potentially powered up code room. Once he takes whatever action he really needs to take to really get back into the story as the main villain, quote unquote.
Right. Because right now a lot of people don't view him as a villain, so he has to do something that's actually gonna catch everybody's eye in terms of being a villain and actually fitting that role, which I
Yeah.
do think he can develop into being. So yeah, I think that's the route they're probably gonna take with him. A lot of people compare him to like I forgot how you say his name, but he's the dude from My Hero Academia, Shigaraki, I think.
Yeah.
I hope I was saying that right. Yeah, in the mode like that. To where he does take L after L at first, but it develops his character in a way to where he gets better as being a future villain. Which is probably the route they're gonna go with Cole. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Of course, we do have Akil here in the chat saying, you know, growing his intellect as well. MPGX, yeah, you know, funny enough, yeah, I have not checked out Hajime no Ippo. I have some friends who do. Should definitely check that out. Of course, yes, Black Clover is back. You read Black Clover or watch Black Clover?
I don't read it, but I'm caught up on the anime of where it last left off, and Black Clover is one of the best animes out right now. So yeah.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Not gonna lie, the manga was on a 3-month hiatus. It would have been cool if he had used those 3 months to catch up, but yeah, Black Clover is officially back manga wise, and yeah, even though you're not really caught up with the manga, man, like right now they have like some killer setup when it comes on, because they're starting the final arc, similar to like One Piece. Right now they're starting the final arc, and like this chapter that came out was like, honestly, like, to be honest, it was like a 7 out of 10, give or take. I wouldn't go lower than a 6, but right now things are set up in one of the most interesting ways possible. I don't know if you've been spoiled in any way or seen any like thumbnails or clips on YouTube or videos to say, you know, X and Y happened in the manga lately.
The last thing that I left off with was in the anime. I haven't really I really love Black Clover, so I try not to spoil myself by looking at like anime balls deep thumbnails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the last part that I left off on in the anime is like Asta is basically training with I think his name, I'm forgetting the dude's name.
Yeah,
he was a
Libe.
part of the Black Bull. Yeah, Libe. Yeah, he's training with Libe to unlock using his like devil powers or whatever.
Yeah.
So anything after that, I would have no idea.
All right, fair enough. I just want to know if you've stayed away from spoilers or and everything is really what I would want to know.
Yeah, I've definitely stayed away from them.
Right, fair
for
enough.
sure.
King Bio. Yeah, I know, but I know what he meant, so I just rolled with it. Yeah. But I to be honest, Jojo, I would say if you have the time, I know you're probably more like are busy like crazy, but if you have the time, I would say you should probably binge the Black Clover manga and catch up, because let me even bring it up. I don't think it was on Manga Plus, but Tabata did write a letter, like a 1-page thing, of course, with this new chapter. Because right now, I don't see the anime coming back until probably latest, like earliest rather, probably late 2023. So
yeah, that's what I heard too. They said 2023, so
yeah,
that's what I'm waiting on.
yeah. So, and they still have to drop the movie before that, which we still haven't even gotten like a proper trailer for yet. So to be honest, I would say if you can before then, because you'd be waiting and waiting and waiting. So
2023. I don't know. I got a couple things that I've been planning to read.
Yeah.
Right now I'm rereading part 1 Naruto, and then I'm gonna reread Shippuden. I already reread Boruto.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking to read Jujutsu Kaisen.
Same.
And then after that I can get into pretty much anything. So
all right. I guess we'll see once you catch up and get through all of that for the most part. Oof. I mean, all right. To kind of keep it in line with where you left off with the anime, like, why would you say Black Clover is one of the best series lately?
lately I would say because they just have really good stories behind their characters, and specifically Asta.
Yeah.
Asta gives me a lot of like Naruto vibes. How like pretty much at the beginning of the series he was slept on. He didn't have any power. He finally realizes he has this like this hidden potential, and eventually he realizes this potential and gets stronger and stronger. And then by virtue of making himself stronger, he also makes the people around him stronger, not just power wise, but also just like in terms of character. They just grow stronger. What's the dude name? His brother, Yuno, or his whatever
Rival,
brother,
yeah.
foster brother, however you want to call it. Yeah, yeah. But even Yuno is like growing stronger from seeing like Asta grow stronger, and it motivates him to become better.
Yeah.
So just like Asta's overall impact on not only the story himself, but just like this like the people around him. It really gives me like Naruto vibes. So that's what I can appreciate about it, and that's why I would say it's like one of the best animes
Alright,
when it comes back out.
Alright, fair enough. Well then again, I wanted to talk about that latest chapter. I mean, this will be spoilers, but considering you probably might not recognize any of the names, I think it should be fine.
Talking about from Black Clover. Oh, you can go ahead and spoil it. I'll just here, I'll just like fuck I'll just leave, and then I'll be listening and streaming, and then I'll just join back when you're done.
Alright, fair enough. So Bio, Akil, the persons that are in the chat, like, I know you guys are gonna want to bring up the whole disappointment of the whole disappointment of Lucifero again. The man took another L when he came on to this chapter and Black Clover coming back. As I was saying earlier, I actually didn't even realize that Lucius actually went to the underworld to basically finish off Lucifero, it seems, and get the next portion of his heart, it seems, as well. I mean, what can I say? It's whatever. Like, I wasn't the biggest Lucifero fan either way, so it's whatever. It's more like so it's whatever. But that aside, like that initial start of the chapter, I mean, the middle parts of the chapter I thought were nice. Like, it's Black Clover comedy as usual, you know. Noel Noel and everybody else, you know, the confessions, you know, it's Black Clover as usual. Mimosa, I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool to have another time skip, right? Like, our boys are basically 18 going on 19, right? So they're basically in, if you were to even compare it to like Naruto, they're in the last era. But it's because I'm used to like having like the second time skip of like these series being like at the end, like after like the final villain and the story's wrapping up. I think it's cool for Black Clover to actually, you know, boom, do a next time skip. And of course 1 year, 1 year and 3 months. Like the somewhat downside of that is that at least the anime staff has like a pocket of time within the anime to actually do filler right now. So maybe once they get to the end of this arc in the anime, the previous arc, they can do filler, because of course it's a 1 year and 3 month time skip. Yo, William, well on, man. we here. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of contributes to me kind of rating the chapter to be a 7, because it's like, yeah, there's an excuse for them to do filler now right there. Of course, Yami finding out like for sure that, yeah, shit, I'm forgetting her name. We're kind of back and forth. We started talking about Boruto for a bit. We'll be going back to it, obviously. I mean, because it's been only 41 minutes since we started the stream. Hold on. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, I kind of forgot her name. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm finding out like for sure Charlotte loves him and all of that. Asta confessing to Sister Lily for the last time, I guess it kind of shows some level of maturity there. Like, okay, I can't change your mind, yada yada. You know, it's there's kind of like little nuance and little things you can dissect from the more, you know, the usual Black Clover comedy sections of the chapter. But the end, Lucius coming in. Like, I would want to hear you guys' expectations, honestly, because it's going to be wild. Oda and Tabata are in cahoots. Lucifer and Kaido are bomb villains, to be honest. To be honest, I was more satisfied with Kaido compared to Lucifer. I know one of the biggest things coming out of that last arc for One Piece is the fact that, you know, not many persons died, or Kaido himself, this character that's been built up for a decade plus, didn't really get to kill anyone. So I'm actually just blaming Oda for that, because jeez. And I have said and talked to persons that even Kaido, like, I mean, I expected Kaido to lose, but I don't know, Luffy beating Kaido is just, up to this day, just feels odd. And I was talking with somebody about this yesterday. I don't know if it's the fact that at the start of the arc, essentially Luffy got one-shotted. So the end of the arc, he's he's going more than just toe-to-toe with Kaido. Granted, he did get 3 power-ups within the span of the entire arc, so I guess that makes sense. But I don't know, it just feels odd. But I'm ready to move on, because the Shanks hype, we're here to promote Film Red. The Shanks hype is real. As these last 2 chapters, good feast, dog. Like, honestly, like, it's been a while since I've seen a character that just has such limited screen or panel time, and it's just hype whenever he comes on screen. Hype. One Piece, man. Honestly. Juju, if you're still here in chat, let me know. Black Clover aside, Boruto aside, and those other series that you plan to read aside, you know, you don't watch one or read One Piece either, do you? If you're still in chat, that is. Hold on, guys. Dang. Hold on. Well, yo, you know, funny, like, yeah, because the Film Red premieres next week, right? Hold on. One Piece film, it is next week. Film Red. Yeah, it's literally next week. Wow. And then considering that Shanks is literally leaving Wano, because I was gonna say, I wonder if Oda's gonna do like a 3 for 3 and have Shanks in chapter 1056 as well. That would have been. But it does seem like he's leaving at the right time, a week before the movie. What else did I say I was going to check? Hold on. Jeez, please, hold on. TCB skins. I'm pulling up the meme image. It's such a meme at this point. I'm here to promote Film Red. Hold on. No. Yo, voila. Shit, just scroll down. It's ridiculous. Alright, Sita. I have come to promote Film Red. Yo, honestly, the people who do the scans, the early scans, they're the real MVPs. I am not going to lie. But yeah, man, Black Clover is one thing, but I have to be honest, and I don't want to turn this into a Black Clover versus One Piece thing, but honestly, One Piece came out even stronger than than Black Clover in terms of starting their final arc or saga. And Shanks, man, Shanks, like the man, the myth, the legend, like I just don't need to say anything else. Is any person that actually watches or keeps up with One Piece knows it's Shanks. There doesn't even need to be like any crazy discussion. Like, jeez. But I mean, Shanks aside, I mean, Oda's come back. He's set up and gave us more lore information regarding, the Wano by indirectly Void Century. Of course, things out in the outside world right now with like Sabo and the Revolutionary Army. So right now, even though the characters are still in the same location from the previous arc, Oda's basically set things up, like more than set things up when it comes on to things to look forward to once we actually leave the island. And in terms of the things that he's been setting up for us to see once we leave the island, I mean, he didn't even touch on all of it because we still have things with the Shishibukai, the warlords, the SSG, and we still have to find out how Buggy even became a Yonko. That's still wild to me. Even though, I mean, you can put two and two together, but that's still wild to me. Did I say Blackbeard already? Yeah, Blackbeard, what he was going after. It's going to be crazy, honestly. Like, One Piece final arc, Oda seems like he's really pulling out all the stops. And I'm legitimately here for it because it's going to be hype. As a pet peeve, I wouldn't mind if some conversation came up and Luffy said, I couldn't really beat Kaido alone. Like, I'm still far off from where I should be in terms of power. Because honestly, like, I wouldn't say I'm salty, but as I said before, it just feels odd. I mean, yes, I expected Luffy to get to the level of power he's at now, and he still needs to get even stronger, but just the jump in power. And, as a person who obviously watched Naruto and went into the final arc of Naruto with, Naruto and Sasuke doing a ridiculous jump in power, like, you'd think I'd be alright with this, but I don't know. It just leaves a odd taste in my mouth. I don't know. Honestly, but yeah, lots to look forward to when it comes on to One Piece. Film Red, I wouldn't mind if Film Red had an international release. Like, they need to do some international releases for these movies, like, yeah. And then there is Matter of Dragon Ball Superhero, but yeah, they should do like an international release. I really want to see that movie. And I think a coworker of mine said it best, similar to like Strong World, like with Shiki and thing. The film more than likely is going to have canon elements, but probably in itself might not be canon. Granted, when it was being promoted earlier, like early in the year, before Wano essentially ended, or the fight with Kaido essentially ended, I was strong on the bandwagon that this movie was just going to be like filler but have canon elements. But considering that we're actually leaving Wano, the Straw Hats are leaving Wano soon, they could actually make it a canon movie. They could. But it depends on what the Straw Hats actually do after they leave Wano. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. So I'm cycling through Boruto, Black Clover, One Piece, and we're back to Boruto. Alright. So, back to the matter of Boruto. Juju, if you're here, you can rejoin on Discord, or anybody else if they want to rejoin. Similar to what me and Juju were saying earlier, right? In terms of even comparing this whole arc getting inspiration from the Android and Cell arcs from Dragon Ball. And as Akil said, tying everything together, if we're gonna have like a person like Quote do this whole imperfect Cell sneaking around type of thing, that was my Cell impression. Yeah, his intellect is definitely gonna have to go up a bit more. He's very driven emotionally by his jealousy and hatred and frustration when it comes on to quote unquote Kawaki ruining his life for the most part. So he's going to have to take a more level-headed approach. I'm expecting to see that. But again, I'm not expecting to get caught in the next chapter coming up in August. But he definitely has to do that. I do definitely like the idea that me and Juju were saying in terms of Code potentially going off world potentially, because we're obviously building up towards, I mean, if Kishimoto really is going to take it into that direction, exploring probably at least another planet or a dimension or something along the lines of that. I mean, Ishiki himself did tell Code to continue feasting and absorbing the life force of different planets until become like a god essentially. So if, for example, there isn't the option of say more androids, more cyborgs, then having him go into another dimension and making use of the 10 tails there shouldn't be like out of the realm of possibility. But then again, it brings up the question, does Code have anything to even go to, like, I mean, the dimension with the 10 tails aside, like, does he have anything to like travel to like any other planet or dimension? I mean, is it even confirmed, like, if he sees planet X, can he confirm there's even life there to absorb? So little I guess tidbits like that. But that aside, it's frustratingly vague in terms of guessing what Code could do next. Especially when, as I said, for the next chapter, honestly, probably even for the next 2-3 chapters, so probably for the next volume, we might not even see Code. Of course, could be wrong about that, but we probably might not see him for like a volume. Could be. Because by the time we head to Konoha, if there's nothing really substantial for Code to do, we more than likely are going to be focusing on, Eida, Daemon, and of course, I've said before, Amada is going to determine where the story is going to go. Amada is the real character to look out for because he's going to determine where the story is going to go in the short and long term. And depending on how his plan goes, he's going to spiral into either arguments or a ton of interaction between his team, quote unquote, and Konoha for the foreseeable future. Of course, Amano, before he got captured, he did make mention of Boruto and Kawaki, getting stronger. So definitely, I could see like Boruto, Kawaki, and probably Daemon, all of them training, because like, despite how things are with Code right now, you could definitely see Amada probably trying to put things in place for, more preparations. He's gonna be the cautious type naturally. So I do expect Kawaki, Boruto, and probably Daemon. Probably they train with Daemon because yeah, that would be a nice way for them to grow stronger. Because obviously, like, Boruto and Kawaki are arguably stronger than everybody else at this point. So yeah. But what I'm curious about as well is how they're gonna handle Eida. Because the thing is, again, tactically speaking, Shikamaru isn't going to want to introduce the wide populace of Konoha to Aida's ability. So I'm tempted to say they might cage, quote unquote, cage Eida, but then again, Aida's not going to want that. Probably Daemon's not going to want that. That could be a source of conflict there. I'm just kind of curious how they're going to actually handle that. Of course, they could probably introduce something with maybe, just maybe, Amado can reverse it, or at least temporarily suppress or reverse the effects of Aida's whole, capture the hearts of X, Y, and Z. Maybe that could be a way we could go with it. We could go with it. So yeah, but with that being said, again, it comes to my concerns for the other characters. Of course, Naruto and Sasuke, because yes, again, even though they're being phased out, I do expect, I expect Kishimoto to still somewhat power them up in some shape or form. Of course, they'll be introduced to another character that they didn't know about that's actually stronger than them again. So I'd be hard pressed to say, yo, Naruto and Sasuke are just gonna stand by and just do nothing. They're gonna, do the whole, Hokage, Shadow Hokage duties, paperwork and all that jazz and blues, a bunch of talking. But I don't know. It just seems odd they wouldn't try to do something to get more powerful again. Maybe not as strong as they were before, even though their level of power before compared to who they have to deal with now is still still nothing. But I'm just saying it would just be odd. And then of course more on the matter of the persons that are in Boruto's generation. Of course, starting with like Sarada and Mitsuki. Of course, persons have expressed like they're not too concerned about Mitsuki getting stronger in terms of his path. But again, alright, the whole gist is this. I don't want it to be a case where like you have all these characters, Code, stronger than Jigen. Daemon, stronger than Jigen. Boruto, Kawaki, arguably, well, Kawaki, arguably stronger than Jigen. Boruto, probably almost reaching, somewhat reaching that level. Or at least he's definitely stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. And then we introduce some nonsensical way for the other characters to just somehow jump up in power within a short amount of time. I do not want that, honestly. So again, there, at least within this volume, I think there needs to be something put in place. I mean, last volume, our last few chapters, we did have, Sarada expressing the frustration of not being able to help out, and that was the foundation, I would say the start of what could possibly be the path for them to do something with those characters. But again, the fact remains nothing's really happened in terms of building like a solid path for them to get stronger. I know they were training before the whole fight with Code, but again, I've put this in perspective a few times now, but I mean, Sarada right now, like Sarada and Mitsuki, like let's say like they're one of those random jonin within the Fourth Great Ninja War, and right now the difference in power is like you can compare like a random jonin in the Fourth Great Ninja War and Six Paths Madara, and the difference in power right now is even greater than that between like Sarada, Mitsuki, and like the top tiers. You get what I mean? So that's the thing. that is legitimately the thing. So I don't know, something has to give when it comes on to these characters actually like leveling up and getting stronger for the most part. I just don't want it to be like a Dragon Ball Super type of deal where characters are just jumping in power like for some in a short amount of time in. And I know it's quote unquote it should be Kishimoto, but I don't want it to be the case where I have to be calling bullshit or something like that, really and truly that. So there's 3 levels to this thing. You have Naruto and Sasuke, you have Mitsuki and Sarada, and then finally there is the matter of the anime only, quote unquote anime only characters. When are we gonna factor those characters into the manga? Granted, with chapter 72, I'm not expecting those characters. But I mean, if you're gonna build up the whole Daemon and Eida being in Konoha for a while, and we're gonna build on something, them interacting with characters, maybe we could have Daemon. I mean, in a Shikacho, definitely they'll more than likely have those characters featured, interacting with these characters. But like everybody else, like your Denki, your Iwabe, your everybody, Tsubaki, like, are we going to factor those characters into the manga at some point and tie things together between the anime and manga for going forward or something. I mean, or again, is it a case where we just don't have the panel time or the room to really necessarily involve those characters just yet? What's it going to be? I guess we'll see. I did do a poll a few weeks back. Let me see if I can find it here regarding Naruto and Sasuke, right? Because I would want to know what are the ways like Naruto and Sasuke could, like, what could they do to actually grow stronger for the most part, apart from like your conventional training, all that. I did a poll a few weeks back. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, and speaking of old characters in chapter like 72 going forward, right? Do you think Kishi, quote unquote Kishi, should in this volume or maybe next volume do some focus on maybe, I think there needs to be a point where some old characters come in, like Kakashi or Tsunade or Orochimaru. It doesn't have to be like a wide spectrum of the old characters, but at least a one or a two, because again, the focus is on like your Boruto, your Kawaki, your Eida, your Daemon, your Sarada, your Mitsuki. So I would imagine like there's going to need to be like a interesting balance when it comes on to say, yo, we're gonna introduce a bunch of the old cast or something. Gotta be careful with that, I suppose. Oh boy, hold on. Oh, I did do a poll regarding Sage Mode. Persons do feel like Kishimoto should expand the Sage Mode for Mitsuki and Naruto. I'm just tying back some of these polls I did with this discussion. Yeah, there's this next poll I did. How strong will Sarada be after her initial time skip training? Persons do have her QB chakra mode Naruto. For Great Ninja War. With the least being TLB Sage mode plus, well, TL Beast mode plus Sage mode. And even just regular QB Chakra mode from the 4 Great Ninja War. I mean, that would be a good spot for her. I think with things scaling up in power for the most part, having her at that point could be somewhat believable. But it's still such a far way off from like a character like, say, Daemon. And of course, I'm not saying Sarada has to be the strongest, but I just want, the important part is I want her and Mitsuki to be able to play a role. But more than just a role. I want them to be, I want it to feel like we can depend on them. Like, or something. Jeez. Hold on. Oh, here we are. 20 votes. So with Boruto and Kawaki now armed with a karma that doesn't threaten their lives, they are basically the strongest in the verse, more or less. What should Naruto and Sasuke's next step be in terms of upping their combat ability? Of course, people are saying Naruto and Sasuke train together. Then followed by just getting written out of the story. Of course, followed by cybernetic ninja tool equipment from Amada. And then finally, more embarrassment on the battlefield. 10%. 2 persons, essentially. Of course, Naruto and Sasuke training together. But it depends on how much time they have. It depends on how long Code would take to really, like, make his next move. Can Naruto and Sasuke get any substantial gains, say within a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months in story? Probably that combined with the whole cybernetic ninja tool equipment from Amada might be the way to go. I mean, 6 months for Naruto and Sasuke training together, and then get some cybernetic enhancements or just ninja tool equipment they can use to kind of augment themselves, or at least if they're not augmenting themselves per se, the equipment should be able to at least make the dynamics of their fights a bit more tricky or interesting for their opponents going forward. And not just the cliche, oh, I'm gonna absorb chakra, absorb ninjutsu. Yeah, that's, I feel like it's a cliche thing right now in the Boruto era. Everybody can absorb and negate. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's like hand traps, or everybody has a hand trap or something in, well, while you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel right now. Like, you know, it's cliche. Everybody has it. Come on, dog. So that's really, really and truly, really and truly it. So yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Right now, as I said, it's the 31st of July. We'll be getting spoilers in the next 2 weeks, give or take. So, granted, usually I don't cover spoilers, but at the same time, it's like just the surface level spoilers. Usually, when organic dinosaur might be like, it's 10% of this and this character talking. Yeah, I usually try to align, talk on that and, dissect that, but not the in-depth spoilers, because I usually do my reaction to the chapter. I usually want it to be like completely genuine, but of course if I do get like any substantial spoilage, then I'll let you guys know. So yeah. pretty much that. Hold on. Alright, so jumping back on to Black Clover. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just the first chapter of this final arc. Strongest Wizard King arc. How long do you guys think the arc is gonna last? And I know it's hard to tell after just this first chapter, but I am going to bet on it and say, I mean, alright, think about it. I mean, what are the things that we have left to explore in the series? Probably continents, maybe other countries, outside of the countries that are on the current continent. Maybe at least Yami's home country, maybe. Maybe something regarding to Asta's dad, if he's going to be relevant. Maybe. Probably one or two other races. Probably, which would probably tie into exploring more Charmy's origins, I suppose. Maybe. Whereas the whole, Asta becoming Wizard King, who knows, might be like some joint dual Wizard King type of deal. Probably fully fleshing out and exploring the underworld a bit more. So who knows? Probably could be the same time frame as like a One Piece. Maybe at least a 200 chapters. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Could be, because Yuno's already a Grand Magic Knight, and Asta's a Senior Magic Knight now. They're not far off power wise from being like a Wizard King in terms of tier. If not, you could arguably say they're already there, arguably. So yeah. Like, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I'm betting for about 200 chapters, so probably 4 to 5 years. Which, funny enough, as I said, this is more or less the same time frame that Oda has for One Piece to end. So it'd be interesting to have Black Clover and One Piece to end at the same time. That'd be interesting, I suppose. 2022, 3 years from now. Yeah, so we would at least get to Black Clover's 10th anniversary, because Black Clover started in 2015, right? Or is it 2016? Is it 2016? Alright, so it's 2015. Yeah, 2015. So yeah, we will at least get to Black Clover's 10th anniversary. So that should be interesting. If I were to say what I'm looking forward to the most when it comes down to Black Clover, at least, I guess, would I say a battle of philosophy between like Yuno and Asta versus say like Lucius, but Lucius in disguise, being in disguise, pretending to be, well, I mean technically he is the Wizard King, but pretending to be a good person all this time. I'm interested seeing how things are going to like break down between like say Yuno and Asta and how they view Lucius. You know, like is it going to divulge into like a Wizard King is the one that stands in front like like a Naruto Obito type of situation. I'm not saying they're gonna convince him to be good, but I'm just saying I'm interested in seeing how those conversations regarding what it means to be Wizard King is going to go down between them for the most part. Hold on. And then it'd be interesting if say like a character like the whole persona of Julius. I wonder if that's going to be like something by the end of the story, if he's going to die or if that person is going to like somehow split off and probably not be as strong but actually exist as its own persona. I'm wondering. I need some clarification between, is it that Lucius just kind of wiped his own memory temporarily or something along the lines of that. But I guess we'll see how it goes. Hold on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we are back, even though I didn't really step away for long. Alright, so who is here? Discord is empty. My own fan theory about how Naruto gets strong by eating chakra pills. Luckmaster 69. Alright, sure. Let's hear it in terms of your theory. Chakra pills, eh? Let me hear what you have to say regarding your theory. And still come with your theory, Lockmaster. But I don't want to really go into a full-blown discussion on this per se. It doesn't really have to be a discussion. But for those of you who are up to date like with the Boruto anime, how do you feel right now? Like how have the episodes been? Again, I did say I was gonna catch up in July, but didn't catch up. But I wanted to know like how, like for the persons who are caught up, like how do you feel about the Boruto anime? Or just even the state of everything Boruto right now? Because I mean, again, there's not really much choice when it comes down to the anime right now. Um, we're still a ways off before the anime decides it's gonna adapt the manga again. Wait, William, all gone.
Hello, good night. Since Lockmaster didn't come in yet, I said let me just come in quick, before I have to go and do some stuff because, yeah,
Yeah, man, no pressure.
yeah, man, it's been a while. It's been a while.
More than a while, man. All gone.
Okay, for the most part. Um, you are asking about person's opinions with the anime right now.
Yeah, like how do you
Um,
feel? Because I'm not up to date. So I'm still like 30. Well, I'm at 30 episodes behind at this point. So
mm, well, yeah, the beginning of the year started with the second Miss arc. Um, Me personally, I liked it. There was some slow episodes, some meh episodes, but in general, as a concise, long arc to like give some time between the manga, the anime to expand the story and the lore in general, it
yeah,
was pretty good. It was pretty good. It to me, I would say it's either there with the car actuation arc for anime arcs, or might even be over with that with everything that happened in the arc. I would say that, yeah,
yeah,
because the actuation arc was slow a little bit in the beginning
yeah,
and then towards the end. So I would put it over. Um, since you're not what you want watching, this month was just some transitional episodes in between that arc and then the next anime only arc.
yeah,
Um so some of the episodes were a bit good, actually, funny and stuff. Others were just there. The next arc should be fun. We're gonna see like Himawari in the academy. They're gonna do some stuff there with Kawaki on a mission, blah blah blah. It looks like it's gonna be a fun arc, and people who wanna see more from Himawari are
yeah.
gonna get to see that. Um, I don't think it's gonna be long, maybe a month, 2 months, and then after that, they're probably gonna set up for next year, which is gonna be the code stuff more than likely. Yeah.
All right, that doesn't sound too bad. Um, yeah, I did see those that the poster they designed for Himawari and Kawaki going into for that arc.
Mhm.
Um, should be interesting. And I mean, you said well, you at least said that some of the recent stuff has been comparable to the car actuation. So
Remember this year for anime exclusive, we've gotten one major arc, and that
yeah,
was from January. And I would say that arc is comparable, if not better than actuation, because of forget the fighting really put the actuation arc over for a lot of people. But for me, the second Miss arc had more like character moments, the
yeah.
deaths that happened, stuff like that.
Yeah, funny enough, well, via For Never World and his For Never News, I did hear mentioning that people were mentioning that characters were dying left, right, and center.
Bro,
Was it just like dying for dying sake? Like, what did that shock factor,
nah,
emotional
I
value, or,
I
or what?
I wanna say that. I guess you could say that for almost anything, but I wanna say that the characters that died, it for the most part had a conclusion to their story. It elevated other characters. It affected the story of other characters. I wanna just say it was dying for no reason, because obviously it caused it caused stuff within the story to take place
Yeah.
between characters. But I wouldn't even take For Neverworld seriously when it came to Boruto this year, because in all honesty, like, I understand persons who say like, oh, make the anime seasonal. They obviously, that's not gonna happen. It makes too much money for the company. They and plus honestly, if they made it seasonal and just did the manga stuff, then it would be kind of like My Hero in a way where yes, you got the stuff from the manga, but then the rest of the wall is kind of like we have a wall with, let's say, like My Hero, 80% something people with powers, and we just have in Japan really, and that is it. At least with the Boruto anime, they again like they expand the Mist Village, the Stone Village, stuff like that. They expand different characters and power systems and stuff like that. They
Mm-hmm.
expand the wall. So I like how they do that at least with the anime. So for persons who want it to be like seasonal, I've said this, many people say this, make it seasonal for yourself. If for example, like
It's a good way
yeah,
of
if
putting
for
it.
example, like you just because an arc isn't from the manga, and in your mind you're already gonna have a mental block and are already gonna be more open to criticize this and that. Not saying you shouldn't,
Yeah.
then just skip it until you know manga stuff will be animated. Um, and I don't think there's a cop out in saying that, because if you know you're not gonna be interested in something, avoid it until you are. I think that is a fair enough point. So like when it comes to what Fun Neverwall was saying and stuff, as far as I know, he didn't really watch the arc. He was just hearing what other persons were saying and may have like looked at some stuff on Twitter and some pictures of Boruto and others crying and some bad animation or not the best animation in some episodes.
Yeah.
And he was, from what I saw, he was making entire videos just based on that and taking what other people were saying instead of checking something out for himself. So yeah, I wanna, when it comes to Fun Everall and did this year for Boruto, I wanna I would say watch it for yourself. If you dislike it, you dislike it. If you like certain things, then cool.
All
But
right.
yeah, yeah, that is my view on Fun Everall. uh because even I think I had said this before to you like late last year. Um I had already was ready for this year to be mainly anime original stuff. Um I highly doubted. I don't know if you remember. I said this. I doubt you would. I highly doubted that this year would be anything from the Kodak, since that had literally just started in the manga.
Yeah.
I think you yourself also basically had that same
Yeah, I had the same basic
yeah.
sentiment. I mean, logically, it was. I didn't expect anything else, logically speaking, based on the
Mm.
timing.
And the code arc is barely finished in the manga. Um but that is my up thoughts on the anime right now. If you have any other questions, um or anything, I could speak on the manga and my view of what may be coming and stuff. But yeah,
Um, the latest episode number for Boruto is what, 260 something or
60.
260? Wait, hold on. If I have my math right, 220.
I believe the Naruto franchise is close to 1,000
Yeah,
episodes.
like what would you? I think we have 20. If it's if the latest is 260, I think we have like what 20 more episodes left. Yeah.
Because yeah, I think within the next, by the time they reach 300, they should have already crossed 1,000 episodes.
So that leads me to the question: what would you want to see for episode? Wait, before that, because Lockmaster actually posted his theory. Amada makes a chakra pill kind of like the same pills that Momoshiki eats. This will help boost up his sage mode and other abilities. And then Amado creates Sasuke a new eye that could be a very strong version of Sasuke old eye. Well, the eye thing, I think people have talked about it in some shape or form. Maybe not necessarily from Amado, but I guess it would make sense it would be from Amado in terms of Sasuke getting a new eye. But in terms of Naruto eating chakra pills, what do you think about those, William?
Um, Well, me, ever since Boruto has been pushing more the science aspect, which I like. So I've been thinking about that for years now, and
Yeah.
saying, one, I seriously don't. Maybe they're waiting for this part in the manga or the time skip. Give Sasuke a cybernetic arm. I don't understand why. Because okay, his thing is he didn't know he wanted to atone. To me, he has atoned. He has all of that suffered. Um, he should now take any and all advantages he can for code and any other threats coming. Cybernetic arm.
Yeah.
Um, give him a cybernetic eye too. And it doesn't have to be from Amado. It could be from Katatsuki. Both could be from Katatsuki with just Amado giving some input or just adding some stuff.
Yeah.
Same with Naruto. The chakra pills, I see that kind of like in a way going against the whole like the drug aspect, like that was in the movie. So I doubt that. Um, to me for Naruto, training more, but training honestly goes
So
just as
far.
far. Because if we really think about it from the war, it was the boost from Hagoromo that gave them the edge. Not the training allowed them to get to a point, and then the boost from Hagoromo did the rest.
Yep.
Um, for Naruto, obviously the arm they've been trying to perfect for him. Obviously, that give
Yes,
him his
yes,
perfect
yes.
arm. Um, other than that, maybe some new jutsu, sage training. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, unless they wanna just like how Amado boosted Code Kawaki, unless they wanna just like fully give him like the same kind of nanotech cybernetics like Kawaki or Code and just make enhance him more with tech
Yeah.
to that extent. And I'm not sure they would go that route. It would be cool in a way.
Yeah, but
It would
I
be
don't really see them going that route
yeah,
either.
it would be kind of like ninja punk in a way, cybernetic ninjas, which seems Kishimoto likes and the artists like um or like even like Samurai 8 because like it's like a tech aspect.
Yeah.
So that would be cool, but I doubt and I doubt with the pills. I highly doubt that one.
Hmm. All right.
What about you? What do you
Um.
think the power ups maybe if they get power ups even further?
Just to kind of start from the top, from where you started. Similarly, I feel it's so odd that it would be odd if coming to the village now, like Daemon, another character that's stronger than them. It'd be odd if they just sit back and do nothing. It would be so weird to me. So I mean, going forward, I do also agree, like, cause I even forgot about the arm they've been working on for Naruto. So I do agree that he needs to actually, sort that out, finalize it, and get that. Um, the thing with me with them powering up, it needs to be a balance of a reasonable amount of time in universe and something that's in line with their character, but with the theme of where the story is at now. So I'm on board for Naruto and Sasuke training together for like 6 months, if they even have that much time, depending on code. If they have that much time in universe, 6 months. Some not full on nanotech from Amado, but the eye for Sasuke, the arm for Naruto, and another arm for Sasuke. I think they need to have not. It doesn't have to even have to be a full chapter, but I think since the whole atonement and not getting another arm as remembrance of what Naruto did for him and yada yada yada, I think they need to talk that over in universe between the two of them, and Naruto probably needs to convince him to get another arm. Given what we've been building from Boruto Naruto the movie, to be honest, but in conjunction with like the O arc in terms of it's not the tech but how you use it, Um, I think balancing things out, I just see them having like some surface level augmentations. Nothing full on to turn them into like full on cyborgs per se, but just something surface level, you know. Um, yeah, I think that's how I see it. So 6 months of training in conjunction with some basic augmentations, but at the same time, the exploration of something deeper regarding Sage Mode. Because the benefit of that, at least, we can use that to tie in how what Mitsuki is going to do as well, as a, you know, side benefit.
Yeah. Um. Speaking of which, I think you were saying earlier, but what do you? Obviously, okay. Like for me, like the month break they took, right?
Yeah,
Let me. This is outside the story. This is IRL.
yeah.
The month they took off. Do you think that was basically like for the next chapter to release like one big like 60 page, 80 something page chapter?
Ooh.
Um, to basically be the prelude to the time skip, or to like just cover everything. Amado and Ada, Daemon get back, they explain everything. Is a long chapter. Amado explains everything, or at least most of everything. Then we get some training, maybe a mini time skip before the big time skip, or we go again straight into the main time skip. um so yeah, they could do that. Or if we don't get one huge gigantic chapter, do you think they basically took the time to basically outline as much as the story for the future as possible, so they could, right now, let's say they already finished 2 3 months worth of chapters, and now they just have to send them out to people? What do you think, like, really the month break was for? Are we
Um.
gonna get a big chapter, or were they making sure again, like, they won't have to do another break for years if they do? And now, are they're right now, they're like months ahead with the story, and everything has been drawn up and just has to be released?
Um. All right. Let's say it like this. To be honest, I would like, you know me. I would love an extra long chapter, but honestly, I don't think. I think it's gonna be like a regular 40, probably 45 pages, same way. 45 pages, same way.
So like they were just ironing out to you like the story and what they were gonna
Yeah,
do, and making sure they was ahead of time, if anything.
yeah. Like, to be honest, like in my head, I think probably like, because I would imagine Kishimoto, Ikemoto, they, like leading up to a next chapter release within those 4 weeks, they do something major every week. I feel they may have taken like a week, like a legitimate week off and did nothing. But probably after that, they probably brainstormed and start, you know, storyboarding, or, you know, planning out where the story is going to go long term.
Hopefully they didn't take like 2 weeks vacation.
Hopefully. To be honest, and I was kind of alluding to this earlier in the stream, I highly doubt we'll get like. But then again, you said a mini time skip. It could be something like that. It could be, but I don't know. Like the way the whole vibe I'm getting from the story is just, with every chapter, it just feels like Kishimoto is in some shape or form slowing things down. Like, I have to be questioning myself if we're going to get the time skip anytime soon with
Um,
each each
well,
subsequent chapter.
remember remember people have been complaining about, oh, slow chapters, like for the last 2 3 years, for like when an arc starts or something.
Yeah,
Not arc, but like every 4 chapters is a, what is
volume.
it, a volume?
Yeah,
So like for the maybe the first 2 3 chapters, and then the next 4 5 chapters is speed, speed, speed. People complain before, and then when it kicks in, because they need the slow parts to build up, people
yeah.
are like, oh my goodness. this is happening, that's happening, it's going so fast. So the slow chapters, that is basically because remember we just had the fight in the night with Code, and then the little breakdown after that. Ada and Damon make their move. And now to me, they're just gonna again like they're gonna. I hopefully they by the time with the chat when the chapter comes out, hopefully they are at the village or they get met by them or whatever, and we don't have to like. There's no like, oh, they're traveling for a while. Hopefully, we don't get any
to
of that.
to be honest,
Uh,
I doubt it because I feel like
yeah.
a lot of months when I'm doing my expectations videos, I'm saying, yo, this is probably gonna happen. Like I feel like Kishimoto does things, even though he's somewhat slowing down stuff. I feel like in a lot of cases, he speeds up how fast he does stuff within the some chapters. Because some months I'm saying this
Well,
X, Y, and Z is going to happen, and then
mhm.
X, Y, and Z probably does happen, but it happens within like a shorter span of time. So I think by the time we head into next chapter, I think Ida, Amado, and Damon probably are going to be probably at the village gates, and probably like Shikamaru, somebody's like there, say, "Oh, we detected you like 5 minutes ago, so I came out here to meet you to see what's happening," and then we take it from there.
But speaking of which, you may have already speculated about this, right?
Yeah,
But what do you think Amado is actually gonna say breakdown? And I doubt he's gonna say everything, but if he does really say basically the main not the most important, but if he does really break down what his ultimate goal was somewhat, what do you and it's speculation and theory, but what do you
yeah.
think it would be plus? Are you think do you think Code is not just gonna basically go and train to use his power before he attacks? Yeah.
Um, wow. I guess I'll answer this in a similar style like the last question. I think where we are in the story right now, it makes it frustratingly difficult to even speculate on, on what's gonna happen next. Like it feels like we're
Which is
in
good.
this. You always say you, which is good.
Which is to me, which is pretty good. It's not like you don't know what actually is gonna happen in the next
Yeah,
chapters.
yeah. So it makes it frustratingly difficult to even speculate. It just feels like we don't really have too much. Like we have a lot, but we don't have too much. It's contradictory, I know, but we don't have too much to go on. Um, it's because at this point, the cliche expectation is, oh, he's gonna probably want to use Kawaki, let him develop more of Ishiki's abilities, probably tie that back into the whole, fan or community speculation of, probably Ishiki has some wish granting ability. I'm probably gonna use that to bring back his daughter. Maybe. I mean, maybe, but that just seems. Eh, you'd think it'd be more than that at the same time. And at the other end of the spectrum is like, we are seemingly building towards, probably other planets, more Otsutsuki. Is there
The full on Otsutsuki
Otsutsuki
invasion.
invasion? Is it something to tie into that? Maybe is Amado from another dimension? Is he from the future? Like it's just all over the place in terms of how you could
Yeah.
speculate because there's not really much to
Yeah.
go off of. Because at the
Is
same
he
time
someone who
you could go for the safe predictions with the whole daughter revival thing, but at the same time, it's like we kind of want something more exciting than that.
because
Yeah,
if it is like for example like, oh, his daughter died in the Shinobi War, or the ninja system caused him to lose his daughter or something, so what is his ultimate goal? Like advancing all of humanity through science? Is it to make humans superior? Is it like to get rid of the ninja system and enhance all humans? Is it to protect humanity from the Otsutsuki and other threats? Is it something more selfish?
it could be any of that. I mean, I do like the whole enhancing humanity thing. I think we've talked about this on stream before in terms of whole enhancing humanity. It's either both of us or Akil had mentioned it, maybe. But yeah, it could be any of that. But at the same time, we don't have I
Because
I think
people have been viewing Amado as like,
so.
oh, he's just pretending and he's a straight villain. Yes, he could be a Aizen type, but I don't get a sense of fakeness or like he's overly hiding anything negative.
Yeah,
I could be wrong and he is totally like a Aizen, but the anime alone, and it could be just good misdirection, doesn't make me get that vibe. To me, like he's a guy that would do what it takes
yeah,
for his goal or to stop like a Ishiki, but I don't get a malicious thing from it.
yeah. I agree. I was gonna say we'd still want to explore his character a bit more, but based on what we've gotten so far, yeah, I would agree. It's like he is hiding one and two things, yeah, but it's more like for his own personal self-interest agenda that might not necessarily put others at harm necessarily. So yeah, it might not be like a whole Eisen deal. Could be, but it's hard to say at this point. Very hard to say at this point.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I've talked about Sarada, Mitsuki. How do you feel about the manga at some point? Even though I guess the expectations after the time skip, like tying back the anime only is like Denki and the Wabe and all of that.
Well, obviously,
Does it make sense
obviously,
or?
to see them in the okay, like when the anime actually gets to that point, are you asking like, are we gonna see more of them in the anime, or we're gonna see them in the manga?
Manga. Like how we, eventually saw Sumera eventually, and then
Come
she's
here.
been somewhat
Mm,
recurrent.
mm, Maybe one or two characters. I highly doubt a lot.
Yeah,
Honestly, we might not get any, and what we might get is just again like more development with Sumeri.
yeah.
In a Chica show, we may get some cameos from some of the anime characters, but I doubt. I
Hmm.
believe the anime is what's gonna really, as it's doing, when we finally get to that point, we're gonna see, oh, this character looks like this now. They're this much stronger. They're doing this. Especially like characters with like Denki. I think we're
Yeah,
gonna see the most development from a character like that. But in terms of the manga, I think they're gonna just keep it to those they have already introduced. And again, they might just have some cameos
yeah.
with some other ones.
Yeah.
Because again, if we really think about it, like, okay, the people behind Boruto, they're focusing when it comes to the manga, as you have said, on a select characters. Keep it small, keep it tight to the main characters.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the anime has the more time where they expand on that. It would be cool in the manga if they expanded on others like One Piece, but me personally, I don't really care about that, and I would rather like they in the manga develop the few characters they have and that
Mm-hmm.
they should develop, and then let the anime do the rest. But
Hmm.
that is me.
All right. Oh, forgot one question slipped. Yeah. What I wanted to ask earlier was with the 1,000th episode in the franchise upcoming. What would you want for episode 1,000? like, what would make episode the 1,000th episode like good for you? Like, because all right, if I'm taking cues from like One Piece episode 1,000, like they remixed, well, visually speaking at least, they remixed the initial opening, and they gave some the production gave some nods to say, yo, thanks for watching for 1,000 episodes, yada yada yada. But like the contents of the episode wasn't really like celebrating episode 1,000, like the 1,000th episode. But anyway,
Question. Was that episode did they do like a standalone thing, or was that from the manga in the Wano arc with Kaido them?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the contents was from the manga, so that's why I said the
Okay.
contents of the episode wasn't really like anything like celebrating the 1,000th episode. It was more like they brought back opening one and updated the visuals to like a Wano style, which was really good, really nostalgic, a awesome callback. Loved it. Oh, then again, every reaction I saw of it loved it, honestly, because it was feels. And of course, by the end of the episode, the production staff left a message to say, "Yo, thanks for like watching 1,000 episodes, all of that." But the contents itself was just straight from the manga. But for Naruto now, like what would considering that the anime for Boruto right now is in a period of time where we're waiting on the manga to build up, we're doing anime original stuff. They actually have a decent excuse to like make the contents of the episode itself something that really celebrates the 1,000th episode of the franchise, as opposed to One Piece. But the question is, what would you want for like the 1,000th episode?
Okay. Because I was gonna check and see actually how many episodes in total the franchise was at now. Because if by the time it gets there, if we're not in the code actuation arc or the code stuff or doing stuff centered around code,
Yeah,
what I think they might do is a anime exclusive arc. Again, they might do the same thing like with a special opening ending messages. But if it's not something from the manga, I
yeah.
believe they're gonna focus mostly on the Uzumaki family.
Ah,
Naruto now is the Hokage. He has his family, all of that. If it's not a manga thing episode, if by that point there we're not back in manga stuff, I believe it's gonna be a family centric episode to celebrate the
yeah.
character Naruto. He's the Hokage now, his family, something like that. Um, but yeah, do you know actually how many episodes we are off from it?
Well, that's why I asked what was the last Boruto episode number. You said 260, so that's 220 plus 500, 720 plus 260, so that's 980. So yeah, so 20 more episodes before before that 1,000 one.
Okay. Because that would take us 20.
Yeah,
Wait, we should be in when? November, December then?
probably by the end of December, because August, September, October, November. Oh well, no, probably yeah, probably by early December. Yeah,
So
early December.
more than hopefully by then they probably would have started a, let's say, a code actuation esque arc, or we probably would be in the code stuff. And even if we're not, again, probably something with the Naruto family.
Yeah.
But if yeah, it should be like enough. Honestly, the way I had originally counted it, I thought it would be next year. The way it would be in the 1,000th episode, because I had counted it before, and I thought, yeah, it would have been 2023.
Well, I would say based on if they don't take any breaks, which I doubt they will, but August, September, if we're like 4 episodes per month, if we're doing that, then earliest mid December or probably early December, give or take. But worst case, I would say probably the first week of January. Worst case.
It would be the end of December, beginning of January.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they would achieve episode 1,000 at the end of the year. I believe there might be some Christmas stuff, or at least the beginning of January, which is good because usually with the series, at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year is when like last year, boom, the car actuation ended, the Kawaki arc started from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
This year they started the mist arc. So that would actually be a good point, a good spot. So either the end of the year, beginning of next year.
Yeah.
So I have a strong feel we might be in back to the code car stuff at that point actually.
All right. And I guess tying in with that, will actually have a substantial, a competent Boruto stage at Jump Festa this year.
Oh yeah, because yeah, that is the thing too. Because if you put that into account too, at the 1,000 episode for the franchise as a whole, Jump Festa, um, yeah, so they might even announce something at that point too. But my thing is, as long as they put, and at least wait, the worst thing would be if they don't actually acknowledge it. So hopefully it is acknowledged, because I wasn't around with obviously Dragon Ball. So I don't know when they've got to their 1,000 episode, if they even acknowledge that. I've never heard anything, so
Well,
I
no,
don't.
funny enough, I guess even with cause going from Dragon Ball to Z to GT, and then redoing Z in the form of like Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then Super. Funny, don't think the Dragon Ball franchise has hit 1,000 episodes. Crazy enough.
Really?
Yeah, crazy enough. Because original Dragon was like 150 something, I think. Z is like 291, depending on which version. 291, 270
Wow.
something. And
And
then
GT is no longer canon, so
well, even if you go on to count it, it's just 64 episodes. And then
wait, GT was just 64 episodes?
and that's what I said. GT was just 64. And then let me see. If you want to count
Wow.
Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is just Z without quote unquote without the filler, quote unquote.
It would be less.
Yeah, so Kai is like what? 160.
So the Naruto Boruto franchise is about to hit 1,000 before Dragon Ball. Wow.
Yep. Crazy, I know. But is what it is.
But yeah, so yeah, that is me basically. Hopefully they do acknowledge it. They do something special. At that point, I believe we should be in some manga stuff. Even if we're not,
Yeah.
our episode focus on Naruto and his family, and like the love of the series, the concept.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Like, for some reason, I have the picture in my head of the episode ending with the whole family at the swing set, like the swing set song. You know. Yeah, I actually can picture them at the swing sets at the end of the episode.
Iruka hopefully is in the episode.
Hopefully, honestly, dog, it's looking back on it, I think Iruka should have had a bigger role, like throughout the franchise. Like, I had a big role, but it could have been more.
No, if it's a manga specific episode, then Iruka won't be in it. So hopefully, like, maybe again we get a cool opening and ending.
Yeah. I would even like if they even did like opening one from Naruto and did like Boruto visuals, and even ending one for Naruto. Oh, I love that. They could even do that. Like, I'd love it. But yeah, if it's manga,
well, not many anime manga franchises can get to that point, whether if it's because of a lot of filler or not.
Yeah. True. Hold on, let me check out the chat. The monitor crits. Lockmaster. Amada wants Kawaki because of the wish, or maybe something much worse. Guess we'll see next chapter. Kawaki saves Naruto from the dangers and put him to the dimension that the time doesn't exist. Yeah, I had a major video on that theory. Back when the manga was in the chapter in the 50s, like early 50s, when Ishiki was still around. So yeah, I have that theory as well. And I think Kawaki will hit Shikamaru for trying to use Kawaki for their own safety, because everyone wants to use Kawaki for their own selves. Everyone will hate Kawaki for taking Naruto away, and then Kawaki will fight back. Could be.
But Sandro, let me ask you, because I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
With the year of anime canon, the break we had, how are you personally feeling with the franchise currently and your enjoyment of the series?
Similar to how frustratingly ambiguous it is or hard it is to really speculate on what's going to happen next. I think that's how I'm feeling internally regarding the franchise right now. It's like, I'm not sure what to say or how I'm feeling. It's like, yeah, every month you can expect me to talk about it like right now, but it's like, I'm not sure where we're going. So it's like, I don't know how I feel to be completely blunt with you. Like, it's like, it's not bad. It's alright, but it's not extremely good or hype. At the same time, so it's like it's somewhere in the middle for me. It's like, yeah, it's there. It's there. It's like, yeah, I'm not putting it down, but I'm not really like hyping it right now either. So it's just, to me, how I feel in turn is like, yes, it's there. It's there. It's just there. So yeah, that's legitimately how I feel. But I am on the lookout for things to get like super interesting. So if anybody wants to clip that and say, oh, he's a Boruto hater or something, but he can clip it. But yeah, that's just how I generally feel.
Okay, that's pretty understandable. You wanna see where the series is actually going next.
Yeah.
And stuff. My big expectations really, the Otsutsuki come back in a major way.
Yeah.
Then Code is gonna be more of like an agent of chaos. Yeah, I see him just bringing forth the Ten-Tails on the planet and letting it wreak havoc. Like, seriously, just outside a corner and let havoc reign. Like when the Otsutsuki are invading or something like that.
Yeah.
I see Boruto in the future may have to defeat the Otsutsuki king, queen, maybe be acknowledged by them, become their new leader or something, and then stop the conflict between Orta and them and all of that. Maybe we eventually get some multiverse stuff, because let's be honest by one thing.
Yeah.
How people feel about it. A franchise like Naruto, Boruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, it's when One Piece might be different because they probably eventually is gonna end the story.
Yep.
And then there would be nothing. But a lot of these franchises, once they were created and became popular and make money, yeah, I don't see them ever ending. Seriously. The companies are gonna find a way to do a spin-off or continue the lore or something.
Yeah.
Look at Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They're now planning to do how many prequel shows and one's coming out in August. Once a series makes money and is popular, some are gonna say milk, but people are gonna basically keep expanding it until they can. So expect Naruto to outlive a lot of people.
Alright, hold on there, William. We have Bio saying, I still prefer the regular Z over Kai. Kai censors too much and the voice acting always season is good. Don't they have an uncensored version for Kai? I'm pretty sure they do. I think that's what I had watched, yeah. Some people would probably say, Bio, that probably might be nostalgia talking, maybe. I do prefer the OSTs and stuff from, the original Z run. Of course, the hype, like the Final Flash, the Super Saiyan 3 theme, hype. But I didn't really mind Kai. I enjoyed rewatching and thing after so many years, and watching back over and thing. Even though like at the time when Kai was coming out, I had like rewatched Z like a million times by that point anyway. David John Baptist. Wagwan, welcome to the stream. Quite a bit. We've been talking about Boruto, Black Clover, One Piece. It's been just mainly those three. We haven't really like gone on to talk about anything else. Crazy enough. So pretty much that. But yeah, back to you, William. Yeah, that's what happens, man. Like when things become corporates. And to be honest, I don't mind even if, as you said, they wanted to term it as milking it or whatever. I don't mind, but I just have a problem with what happens when it usually becomes corporate. It kind of starts to feel like more quality than more quantity than quality when it comes down to the releases of what's happening. And despite the pros are the positive aspects of the narrative and the story and all of that when it comes down to Boruto, I think Boruto does suffer from that, as well as even Dragon Ball right now, to be honest. So that's the problem when things become more like quantitative than qualitative, you know. So yeah, it's like you can still get hype, and it will be like me, right? Like I think one of the biggest example will be like Dragon Ball Super, like the Tournament of Power or the Goku Black Arc. Those arcs are like hype, were mystery, and like everything was interesting and exciting. But then it's like once you kind of go beyond the hype and start breaking down certain aspects of the narrative, or whether it be the narrative or power scaling or whatever the case may be, and then you compare those aspects to when things were more quality based in the prime of the series, it's like you're saying like this is hype, but it's not really as good as when the franchise was in its prime, when maybe the author, it was just one author doing the manga and then they were just adapting it, you know. So that's my issue when things kind of go corporate with anime.
Yep.
So yeah,
That is pretty understandable, because all they will obviously is a business. Making money is the
Yeah.
prime goal.
exactly.
Whether so spin-offs, this, that, expanding, um some of them would probably would try and get the copyright from the authors, like in case of like Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's if you ever saw the recent cards, the Takahashi's name is no longer there, and it's Shueisha Konami.
No, yeah, but I don't think it's just simply just them like taking the copyright from the author, but it's just that multiple persons have ownership over it. Like take like even with Dragon Ball, like I mean Dragon Ball is owned by what? Shueisha, Toei, Akira Toriyama and his Bird Studios. Like there's multiple different parties having ownership over it.
True.
Yeah. So I think it's really really just that. But
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you had already did the calculation, but I just wanted to double check.
yeah man, that cool, that
Um,
cool.
yeah. So yeah, original series Naruto was 220 episodes. Shippuden was 500. So that's 720. And when Boruto gets to 280, which is 20 episodes away, as you had said,
Yeah.
it would be 1000.
Alright. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. As I said, I just see the episode ending with the family by the swing set. Maybe. Maybe. I just see it, man. I don't know. Clip it if it happens. But yeah. I mean I just want to see some callbacks.
I just wanna see what they do for the rest of this year. Expand the characters like with Himawari and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's hold on some jutsu, which will be cool. Let's have like in the power scaling thing, let's have some jutsus there on the list for the wiki. Expand that some more. Let's get some more code stuff by the end of the year and finish off this year, and then hopefully next year would be mainly code stuff, which I believe that's what they're doing. We could expect that until the time skip.
Yeah. Alright. Guess we'll see then.
Yeah.
Especially
In terms of Black Clover,
yeah.
I will follow that. So yeah. And I see spoilers for One Piece, and it seems it's going cool. So yeah.
Have you checked out anything else recently?
Well, right now, tonight, I was actually watching season 2 of Shield Hero in the dub, because I never actually watched it since season 2 came back.
You know, crazy enough, I haven't even started season 2. Oh no. How has it been so far for you? Because I before season 2 started, I think a year before last year or the year before that, I started reading the manga adaptation. And I got like just a few chapters into where this current arc with the turtle and everything. But how was the anime for you? How's season 2 for going so far?
Season 2 anime, maybe it's just because it's been so long since season 1.
Yeah.
But it seems like and I think somebody had told me this, like they skipped some stuff, like they like from where the series ended, they skipped some stuff in between, and now they we're seeing characters. I'm guessing they met within that time that we never saw in the original, and they just went straight into the toddler stuff. But since then, it's easy to follow, but you could tell like they skipped some stuff. Yeah, so I'm watching that. Other than that, I was just watching live action shows, um, stuff like Kamen Rider, etc. I'm not really currently watching a lot
Yeah.
of anime. Um, I don't know if you have any recommendations. I honestly haven't been watching the big popular animes right now with everything that's going on.
In terms of what I've been watching lately, well, the Terminal List on Amazon, that was good with Chris Pratt. I watched that
What is it
recently.
actually about? Is a terrorist group thing or?
It's some like a military drama. I don't know, what did I say, mystery? Yeah, more like a military drama. Usual, military guy comes home, family gets killed. Well, spoilers, sorry, spoilers. And then he has to. Some corrupt companies are kind of trying to frame him for stuff. Yada yada yada. In case you get into it, I don't want to spoil too much, but it is a good watch, I would say. Chris Pratt really does awesome performance. I have been catching up with the Marvel series. I finished Miss Marvel recently. There's that.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Stranger Things.
Caught up with the Flash finally.
Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah, Vari Studio. Kyle from Vari Studios. You probably remember him from even last stream. Yeah, he's a big fan of Stranger Things. He's been messaging me offline saying, "Yo, Stranger Things." I'm like, I haven't even started Stranger Things, so yeah.
Cobra Kai comes back in September.
Haven't checked that out either. What
Yeah,
else have I
but
checked
in
out?
terms of anime, I actually haven't been. There's one reason why I like the fact that Boruto is weekly.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if that was a weekly, it looks like I would even be watching both anime.
That's how it seemed to me. But
yeah, Spy Family. I didn't watch that. I might.
You
I
should.
just didn't get into it.
You should, bro.
I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen. Other than the first 1 or 2 episodes, I just didn't get into it.
Zen.
Well,
I did make a post. I did watch a JJK movie at the theater relatively recently. This month, since month, yeah. So that
Demon
was
Slayer season 2, same thing.
You haven't checked it out?
Nah, bro.
Bruh.
Dragon Ball Superhero comes out this month, so
yeah, I'm hoping we get it in the theaters here in JA, hopefully. It'd be nice to go watch that.
It more than likely will, because Broly came out here in St. Vincent.
Yeah. It does seem like we're starting to get more and more anime movies here in the Caribbean, which is a good look, because Broly, JJK. So this.
Wait, question.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have I learned recently Barbados and Trinidad have Comic Cons. They have those in Jamaica, right? I would expect they do.
Would I say like a straight up Comic Con? There is this event named AnimeCom, that actually took place between yesterday and today. So I think I would say that's probably like the closest thing we have to something like that.
You don't go to it, or you've never
been? I went yesterday, and I went a few years back before the pandemic, where they had it in 2019. Is that 2019 or 2018? I gone that year as well for the Similar to like how I went yesterday on Saturday. I went on the Saturday of that year. It wasn't bad. I actually should have a video or a vlog or something from years back of that. Or at least there's a short on the channel with because they had like a cosplay section, of course. And there was this guy dressed up as Smoke. I have a YouTube shorts on the channel when I was just videoing the guy on stage in the Smoke cosplay.
I was gonna ask if you have any footage from yesterday.
Nah. I went yesterday. I wasn't even sure I was going to go because it starts at 10 in the morning and ends at 8 in the night, and I didn't get there until about 4, and I didn't really go with the intention of like videoing anything in mind. I just wanted to kind of get out of the house. So unlike last time when I went, I was like, oh, I'm going to do like a full vlog and yada yada yada. But yeah, I just went this time like I'm just gonna just talk with a few peeps, see what's happening, and yeah, just get out of the house. So I went with the intention of not really recording anything. That's why.
Okay, cool. Because we don't have stuff like that in savings and so.
Yeah. No pressure, no pressure. I'll try to see if I can find that old video and send it in the Discord. Let's see. Akil, Wagwan, man.
Wagwan.
There, man.
We're coming on late.
Yeah.
Actually, William, with Sanjay, didn't they have a thing where in Montego Bay where I know that a friend of mine dressed in like a Itachi costume or something.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have it here in Jamaica?
I don't think it's Mobile, but
Yeah, it's Mobile or Kingston.
it should be Kingston. Should be Anime Com, right?
Probably. I didn't know. At the time I was like, when I saw my friend in his suit, I was like, darn, I wish I was an anime fan back then.
Alright, tell you what, guys. I am going to post the links for. I'm going to post the links for the videos I did. Yeah, it was 2019, William. I don't remember how good or what the quality of these videos are. It's like, what, 3 years ago? So it's 2.
Wait, I'm curious. This isn't anime related, right?
Mm-hmm.
You both are from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, okay. I do photography on the side and stuff, so I use Instagram a lot. I'm curious if these social media personalities, they're Jamaican. If I say the name, I'm wondering if you guys would even recognize them.
What's their names, man?
Tan.
Not very familiar. And the
Tan
other one?
twins, Tan sisters.
Not for
T-S-A-N-G, Tan.
Not
yeah,
okay.
not familiar.
Because I was curious if you guys will recognize them because they're big Jamaican sisters personalities on Instagram.
They're probably Jamaican born, but I'm not sure about if they were in Jamaica right now. They probably would have been like everybody would be talking about it.
Because I was curious.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, no, not really familiar with them at all. No.
I'll put their thing in the Discord chat, and you guys could tell me. And Sanju, I'll check out your thing after the stream.
Yeah, man, no pressure, man. No pressure.
But that is looking like it's from the thumbnail, like it's a really good War Machine cosplay or Iron Man.
No, man, the second one is actually should be Smoke from Mortal Kombat, man.
Wait, that's supposed to be Smoke or
yeah.
Yo, I thought it was War Machine. Cool,
Nah.
cool.
Oh, this is your video.
Yeah,
But
because
this is from Montego Bay.
no, man, this is from Kingston.
Oh, Kingston.
Yeah.
In 2019, that was an anime fan in 2019.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with these. I'm checking out the IG link you just put, William, but I'm not really
Um,
familiar with
why
that
is it that your friend is so insistent on dancing in front of the camera?
one. Wait. Which I haven't seen these videos in
I'm
forever. So
sure.
you gotta tell me which friend.
The first video, like she's laid it all out on the video. I'm like, whoa.
Funny enough, if it's who I think it is, I actually met her there. So is that really like a friend?
This was at Hope Gardens.
The smoke one, yeah, but the other one, no, I don't think it was. I think it was by what was the school again? Hold on.
Where,
Totally forgot the
where you
school.
said exactly?
Hold on.
Wait, I'm surprised. Have I ever seen this video? Because I'm sure I was subscribed to you back in 2019.
Hard to say. It's hard to say, man.
This look like a school auditorium.
It is. I'm trying to remember the school.
Campion, RJC.
It's not JC. Close to something, man. Close to Ligani. I cannot remember the school. Cannot remember.
It's a school or it's a place.
It's a school, but it's run by the large auditorium side, and then keep it with the booths and everything. But I can't remember the school name.
You sure it's not Campion College?
Is it Campion?
Because as you know, I think it's Campion because I see the red.
Hmm. Hold on.
Is it Mona?
It's close to Ligani, man.
If it's close to Ligani, there's very few schools that are close to Ligani. Is it Arden?
I think it is Arden. I think
Yeah,
it
I'm not
is.
surprised it's Arden. It's because the schools that are within that region is Arden, and Arden and Campion
Oh,
and JC.
it's definitely not JC,
Let me-
but it's
let me
either
watch it with
Arden or
someone.
Campion. One of them. But yeah,
This is it's Campion. It's Campion.
yeah, I think it's more because Arden is further down, like more closer to halfway tree. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't remember walking that far.
Yeah, it's Campion because this I see the red like the staircase,
Mm-hmm.
the red painting.
Alright. Yeah. For real. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It was interesting. Like, yo, didn't know these things were in Jamaica at the time. It's like me just see it on IG and say, all right, let me just go on the day and boom.
No offense, Sanjay, but this looked like it was a geek fest. Sorry, I couldn't help but
No
saying it.
offense taken.
This looked like it was a geek fest, but that's okay. Sorry, man. But I'm happy that you had fun.
Hey, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. No, it wasn't bad at all.
Okay. It was as a person is in different costumes, like I see a Pikachu costume and so forth.
Yeah, boy, the effort. I would imagine them putting for the whole cosplay and thing, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm just telling you that I wouldn't do it.
listen, probably. I'd probably get just a straw hat or something.
Yeah.
Yo, this smoker cosplay is serious.
Bro, I'm
Yo.
telling you. It was like, man, I said, yeah, this is it. This is it.
Okay. But quick question though, even
Mm-hmm.
as I mentioned, what do you think about anime? What do you think about the general perception of anime watchers? Because even as I was saying that like it looked like a geek fest. Like,
Mhm.
do you think that anime watchers are considered to be geeks?
Um, it's not to me. It's not a black and white thing. I mean, you could say a reason there's a yes, and you could say a reason there's a like a no. Especially like in the no category, especially since over the last I'd say 20 years, like the general acceptance or could I say it like that? The general acceptance that we're some ostracized group in the corner of the village. But yeah, I think the general acceptance of persons watching anime and people not really making a big deal about it, it's like I think it's become like more accepted, like more widespread, more mainstream, I would say. And I think it's only going to get more mainstream as the years go by. In the grand scheme, especially with like, you know, social media being at such a high right now. It's not like 15 years ago or 20 years ago, like, oh, Demon Slayer, the trend on Twitter. I'm probably a man that doesn't watch anime, like, what's Demon Slayer? And you know, so I think there could be an argument to say, yeah, like anime watchers are geeks. You could make an argument, but it's not necessarily a black and white thing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, William, these young ladies, they look like they're Jamaican. They they don't look like they're necessarily in Jamaica at this point in time. They probably look
Yeah.
like they were born in Jamaica and
Oh,
migrated because
all I've heard ever since I first came across their pages and stuff is like uptown or wherever. So they're probably from wherever you guys consider uptown areas, and they're studying in the states, but they advertise that they're Jamaican and talk about Jamaica all the time. So yeah.
yeah, I can do that.
Like
Jamaica is a very marketable place.
yeah,
Everybody wants to
like
be Jamaican.
you get like I don't know, like you guys know about like Caribbean beauties and stuff.
Nah, I don't really
Oh,
follow
not
up with it,
tonight.
like that sector like that.
Yeah.
But it's something I'm thinking about because I think that perception is changing. You know, I think more and more persons are watching anime, and it's not just limited to geeks. But at the same time as well, like I think persons are not understanding why is it that grown men who have their children still watching anime. And they don't understand that
You
they don't
you
understand how
really
like
think so?
it's entertainment. No, I don't
You
think
really
so. I know so. Like there are grown men who have their children and are watching anime because it's entertainment for them.
Well, the reason I would ask and I ask like if you think so is because Dragon Ball came out what in the 80s.
80s,
A lot
90s,
of
yeah.
people yeah, a lot of people grew up with that. So to me, like a lot of people wouldn't should not be surprised that oh, there are people who will still watch anime. I guess
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Listen,
I think there's
I always say that for the persons who don't understand, they just haven't found the anime that really hits them. There's like a
yeah.
perception. Like I remember, I showed this girl Death Note, like the first 2 episodes, and then she was just like she wasn't an anime person at all. 2 episodes of Death Note, boom, like yeah, like with her, I'm like, yeah, she probably not gonna enjoy like the Dragon Ball Z, the hair color changing shonen type of deal. So I'm saying maybe something a bit more kind of grounded, more psychological, more, you know. Yeah, I just think persons who don't really get it or have a certain perception, they just need to find something, an anime that's in a genre that's they like, that's non-anime, and take it in, and it's like, oh shit, these are some very interesting stories, you know. Or if somebody like takes in like if some non-anime person were to really take in all of Attack on Titan and what the story is really trying to say, I'm like, you know, this anime shit isn't too bad. You know, I legitimately think persons would think that.
I'm not a huge anime fan.
Mm.
I like. I think the animes that I enjoy watching are very small.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something I always think about when I think about the general perception of
Yeah.
individuals who watch anime. 'Cause I remember one time like you remember when Yu-Gi-Oh was a thing? Like Yu-Gi-Oh was this hot anime.
Nah, man, how could you say that when it was a thing? Well, okay, the
Yeah,
anime.
when it
Okay,
was at its height of its popularity, because
Yeah, when it
let's
was
put it
like
like that.
yeah,
because the
yeah, because
card game is still popular.
Yep.
I know it's popular. I know that they still have tournaments. Even here in Jamaica, but I wasn't to be honest. I wasn't a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. It never really catch me.
Mm-hmm.
How come, if you don't mind?
It's no more problem. One, I didn't always have cable.
No pressure.
So yeah, so for example, so I never had the opportunity to get fully invested in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think my problem with Yu-Gi-Oh was that I never really truly understood it.
Mm.
I understand it better now, but I never really truly understood it back then.
Yeah.
Versus Naruto and Pokemon, which I got,
Yeah.
and also One Piece.
Wait, you understood well One Piece, I guess, is like find a
Well,
treasure, um fruits give you superpowers, magical powers, but then there's the energy everybody has that allows you to do hockey, which could be either be defensive or bro, you didn't understand Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid?
no man, as in let me tell you what happened in One Piece. And I didn't know, even though even though I haven't watched One Piece like continuation of it because I said before I lost cable TV. So One Piece, I think what I think what caught my attention in One Piece was the fights. I think that's what caught my attention for One Piece. But for Naruto, like Naruto got me so invested that even when I didn't have cable,
Yeah.
and I could and I got it back. So it's one of the first things I watch back. I watch over again because I understood. And same with even Pokemon. Like I don't watch Pokemon to that anymore. But when I was younger, I watched Pokemon a lot, and I used to watch Bakugan,
Yeah.
Battle Brawlers as well.
Ooh, Drago.
Yeah, man. I used to watch Bakugan, and yeah, I used to watch Bakugan a lot. I used to love watch Bakugan. But yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't say that I'm a full blown anime fan. It's just that certain anime they caught my interest.
You know what more
Yeah,
happen to
man.
you, Akil? You know what more happen to you? But want you watch like a few more anime. Like, I can just imagine like you probably reach like your 25th anime and you're like, I'm not really much of an anime fan. I've only seen like 20, 25. Like, I actually just find it funny by that point. Like, if you keep saying it like that.
Yeah,
Yo.
because as I was telling Sanjay, right now the only anime I'm really following like that is Boruto.
Same with me.
I mean, for
And
me,
if Boruto was seasonal, yeah, I probably wouldn't be watching anything.
Same thing.
I mean, anime wise, well, you guys know I did check out Spy Family, recently. I've gone to check out some more simpler stuff like Love After World Domination, very simpler comedy anime. There's this kind of itchy one, Vermilion Gold, that started recently. I'm like, checked it out. Wasn't too bad. It was alright. So yeah, sometimes like for me, we pick up like one and two smaller anime. Like if it's like a reaction, could be say, it's not too bad. So
Redo of Healer.
listen, that was last year, man. That was last year. We went through that phase already.
Oh, that was last year?
Yeah, Redo of Healer was last year.
Wow.
that was an experience.
Oh, I actually did watch Ranking of Kings.
Ah,
I really enjoyed that. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I heard nothing but good things about Ranking of Kings. But speaking of which, the fall anime season, and probably need to soon end the stream, but yeah, the fall anime season is going to be ripe with very interesting titles. Bleach being one of them.
Bro, honestly, I'm not really that hyped.
Really,
Yo,
dog?
listen, this thing was supposed to come out how many years ago, then pushed back maybe because of COVID. The trailer is cool, the animation looks cool, but if animation was my sole thing for anime, then I would have watched Demon Slayer season 2.
Well, true, true,
Yeah,
true, true.
I
Um,
agree as
and
well.
I'm gonna more than likely check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna more than likely check it out, but I'm not like overly excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do pull an anime original ending from the manga, that is nonsense.
Uh, I doubt they will. I just think they have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
room to include the extended material they've been writing for Bleach over the years, like from the novels. I think there's room to include a lot of that in the remainder of the episodes that will be coming out. So I'm probably just kind of touch up certain things about the ending. And besides, Kubo is even seemingly starting a new arc, like manga wise. So it just seems like Bleach is
Oh
coming back
shit.
in full swing.
I haven't even read that.
It's just one
And it's
chapter
been
still, so he hasn't
I know,
continued just
I
yet.
know. Uh yeah, bro. Other than that, isn't the new season of My Hero coming out this summer? This fall?
Fall, yeah, you have My Hero, you have the new Gundam, which I'm looking forward to. I've been dying for like a genuine Gundam series again. Of course, Spy Family is going to be continuing as well. I'm sure I'm missing a million and one things because it feels like everything I hear good is dropping in fall season. So, yeah.
Let
But
me ask you a question. Do you think seasonal anime, like, okay, do you think anime being seasonal versus them being weekly hurts them more or is more to their benefit?
ooh,
It depends.
yeah.
It
I'm the cooler
depends.
guy. I can never give a black and white answer, but
Yeah,
yeah, it depends. I think.
Because
it depends.
after so many years with My Hero, I think the seasonal thing is kind of killing it for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, because that's my hero. But for example, Attack on Titans, I think the season thing worked for Attack on Titans.
Yeah, but
I, di-
boy.
Hmm.
I think it depends on the anime and it depends on the story being told. Like for Attack on Titans, the story is very short. It's a very short story in anime terms per se. So it being seasonal, it's not a big issue. But for My Hero Academia, which that has a very long story, and for it to be seasonal, I can understand why persons would be a little bit would think that it's drawn out and so forth. In not only in anime but also on like on USA TV. So there's a show that I watch. It's called Blacklist,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gone on for 9 seasons, and I can tell you like for me like it drawn out. It's a good show, but it drawn out, and I think
Um, wasn't that because of COVID, really?
no, it's not because of COVID, man. I think that show is very drawn out. I think season nine, season nine in particular was person said that it was very good. Or there are some parts of it that was very good, but for me, like my interest, I lost interest in the show because I thought that it was too drawn out. Like I felt like when it comes down to seasonal shows, if I think it's better to like end it in 6 seasons and leave people wanting more, and to just draw it
Yeah.
out and have people get interested in the or not
Yeah,
disinterested,
because
uninterested.
I think My Hero
Yeah.
with how I know the manga is going, my hero is probably gonna get 3 to 4 more seasons, and the whole season every year thing is kind of, because to me at this point, with the where the manga is and it's close to ending, Joe
Yeah.
bro, just make it weekly.
Um, to kind of go back to your question though, I think it depends on the pacing of the source material. Like initially, I was saying like with Akili, I agree it depends, but I think it depends on the pacing of the source material and where it's going. If it makes
Mhm.
sense, if it's seasonal versus like weekly, like. And then I'm not even probably trying to even use like say Demon Slayer as an example, like where animation is like a big focus, so yeah, for that at least being seasonal makes sense.
Bro, if it wasn't for the animation of that, the stories and shit, but it's obvious the animation pushes it more than anything, and
Which
the
show that?
story to me is like barely.
He's talking
The
about Demon
story,
Slayer.
Oh,
the
Demon.
story to me is. I'm gonna say this. It seems like just a generic vampire slash demon hunting story that we've seen over and over. And all that's pushing it is the animation. And people would praise it because of the animation alone, then go around and bash something like One Punch Man Season 2 because of the animation
Yeah.
when it was totally bad and the story was still great.
Yeah, I don't understand why people bash One Punch Man season 2. Like, yeah, it wasn't as great animation wise as season 1, but the animation wasn't bad. But anyway, Demon Slayer for me, I think the story is just okay to alright, whatever. I think the characters are endearing, charming. There's a kind of like a visceral aspect to the story. That's so I think the story is alright, but an alright story plus crazy awesome animation. Yeah, good. At least the
I don't
story is
understand the
better than
whole.
the anime adaptation of God of High School, which had great animation too. But yeah, people weren't raving about that. So if I were to use that as an example case, there must be some good merits, despite the generic nature of it, for Demon Slayer's story.
I don't get I don't get the overemphasis that is being placed on animation, bro. I understand that you want certain fights or certain parts of a story to be animated well, but this obsession of the animation is supposed to be squeaky clean every week and so forth. Like, I never did necessary. Like when I was watching Naruto, like majority of Naruto fights were badly poorly animated. I remember Orochimaru versus third Okage fight. Orochimaru did look away like it looked Looney Tunish, but it never matter because it was like it was like this is a hype fight. It was Orochimaru versus the third Okage. Like, it never really mattered.
Uh,
Like,
Wasn't a lot of that intentional? I never really followed the manga at those points back
yeah,
then, but
same. But yeah, that might have
didn't
been
do,
intentional for that fight.
yeah, because didn't this stuff look like that in the manga or no?
no,
I mean that's more early on manga wise, which Kishimoto's
yeah.
art style wasn't as it wasn't like what it was now. So it might, yeah, could be. But I mean, the argument could be that persons would say it's a visual medium, so yeah, that's why probably they'd be focusing on that. That and I would imagine, even though I don't watch Seven Deadly Sins, don't bash me, but for the persons like, I can hear like the Seven Deadly Sins fans for season 3, was it, saying like you wouldn't understand Akil.
Nah,
That's
I
okay. I
I would
probably would
I would
understand.
admit for that one they dropped the ball on the animation. That was way worse than One Punch Man. The story, that I think that is the opposite, like what you just mentioned with Demon Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Because with Demon Slayer, the animation is great and the story is okay, so it's okay slash good. The Now with Seven Deadly Sins, the story was meh to okay, and then the animation went down so much that it was just blah.
Jano.
Yeah. And I
Um,
to this day I never really understood that because from what I learned or heard, a movie didn't do as good as the company wanted, so they just dropped it mid just like that, and other companies had to pick it up.
Ridiculous. Great.
question though, How are you guys otherwise? Like,
Um, why? Busy, busy, always on the grind as usual, bro. Work is hectic, like more so than usual these last few weeks. So,
okay.
yeah, like, but like I've just been feeling like really tired, like
Mm-hmm.
these last few weeks too. Not even YouTube aside, like, cause I think you guys are used to me not uploading as often anymore,
Yeah,
anyway.
man.
But
Mm-hmm.
I think outside that, I've just been tired too. So yeah, like it's as I've told Kyle from Vari Studios like since week, cause we message hunting every now and then. Like master, like dog. The only thing I've consistently been doing is work, come home, sleep as I reach home, then probably get up, get some exercising, get some food, probably play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, probably watch some YouTube videos, a one or two series, and rinse and repeat. Like I'm just stuck in that
Understood.
cycle.
For me is for me like my work. Well, work is a hectic for me now.
Yeah.
It has disadvantages, but you know, honestly, you know, I think one of the things that's beating my body is SLB, student loan
Yeah.
bureau. Them a deal where they get to use them wicked.
Nah, no, bro.
I don't know why they're doing it, but they're doing it. But I think I don't know. I think do you feel like you are rushed into manhood? Like it's just something that you just like it's like it's just thrown at you like dodgeball, and it's either you catch it or you get hit by the ball and you get out type of
Sort
thing.
of.
Cause
Sort of. For me, I think it's more like I thought I would have reached further along in terms of goals and all of that.
mm-hmm,
And I feel like me need to accomplish X, Y, and Z by this time. But me in this contradictory cycle where it's like me reach a point physically and mentally where I'm like shit, me need to do this, me need to reach this point by this time. But I feel like I've grown very apathetic, very unmotivated to do a lot of things as well. So it's like,
mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So it's more like that for me right now.
And if you notice like there is no particular way to live without experiencing hardships.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like, and I think that kind of surprised me. especially when you come from especially when you come from a school culture where you're given all these promises,
Oh,
like if you
yeah,
do
yeah, man
this,
understand, man
this will
understand, man
happen.
understand.
If you do this and this will happen, and then when you
The reality
go
lick your
out
man, no.
and the reality, give you a good a good KO.
Yep.
Um, it's like you're like saying to yourself, like if you didn't know better, you probably wouldn't have done certain things
Are you
and so forth.
focus more upon this and that? Yeah.
But I move forward in faith.
Yeah.
I'm a believer, so I think irrespective of what the unfavorable aspects of my life, I
Yeah.
move forward. I move forward, continuing to trust God. Yeah, me not lie. You're rough in these streets.
I tell you, bro, the grind is never ending. Never, never
What about
ending.
you, William?
Yeah, oh, you stay.
Uh, um, just since last year, just dealing with some medical stuff.
Yeah.
Work. trying to save as much as possible, pay off loans and stuff like that.
Or loans are beat up bad too.
Yeah. In
Uh,
terms of like like medical loans and stuff like that.
Oh,
uh,
okay.
ah,
Understood.
well, it's one thing I understand. Everybody have it. Well, probably not everybody, but most people have it. No, we all have struggles, but
Yeah,
so I
man.
push forward same way, you know. Don't
Question: you guys have
relatives.
a strong support system, like friends, family, or you guys mainly just deal with your stuff personally, internally?
Um, my mom, yeah. You know, I can call and reason with my friend bridging them and thing, yeah. But no, I'm kind of for the most part, like, cause I'm a person that doesn't really like so bother persons with my problems. I'm more so like if I can't do it myself, I can do it myself. So, but me, honestly, yeah, having a support system is good. But at the same time, like for me right now, me acknowledge that like all of my bridging them and friend them have them own goals and struggles. Them I try push through the same way. But I guess the middle ground is that we call and check up on each other. You know, everybody good, talk. You know, some with my mother, I can call and talk to her anytime. My father live well here in Kingston as well, so can always link him as well if anything. And yeah, so for the most
I,
part, yeah, I would say yeah.
I would say that I have a good support system. Um, I have a friend who knows where most of the bodies are buried.
This is good.
Yeah. So yes. But what I would say though is that um, you know, finding or finding or finding a support system is hard. It's hard because it requires some level of vulnerability on your part as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, it, and I think one of the things when it comes on to our support system is that we expect them to give, and sometimes they're just not in that place to give at this time.
True.
But that is where my faith in Christ comes in, and yeah, when when whenever persons in my support system aren't whenever they don't understand me, that's when I know that okay, I need to pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just my thing.
William.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh.
understandable. Um, Understandable. As you said, it's difficult to open up or be vulnerable to people, and then sometimes the persons you're vulnerable to might not reciprocate that, or they might not appreciate that, and then you have to either just deal with it, or like you would be less likely to then open up to others in the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Yeah, that is true, and I think also we always when we think of support system, we always think about what other persons have done to us, but it's also about what we have done to other persons as well. Um, and you know, you know, even being at that place where if you have done something wrong to somebody, you get that that humility to say I'm sorry, and let's work on this together. Um, you know, the, I remember one time a virgin of mine, he told me something about another friend, and because I took it for granted that all three of us were close, so
Yeah.
even though he told me not to tell the other friend, I still went and I still with my inquisitive self, and I still asked the friend about it.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh god. So my friend was really hurt by it. And yes, he was the type of person to play it off, but in in conversations that we've had many times after that issue, he would always bring it up. And I remember I was saying to him that I never realized how what I did really hurted back then. And then he was saying like he never realized either. So it's just having those conversations where you understand that it's not only just you being hurt by somebody else, but you also knowing, being aware that okay, there's a possibility that I have also hurt someone within my circle as well.
True, true. Hmm. Alright. And you
Yeah,
just have
man.
to do what you have to do and push forward.
Yeah.
And
But
it,
yeah, man, tonight was cool because it's been months since I've been in a stream.
yeah.
Because a lot of the times when you do these, I'm either gaming, watching something busy
No pressure.
over the last few months. Over the
My
last few
my
months.
my my hope, God's willing, is that probably by the end of year or the December stream, end of month stream, right? I would hope we could have like that 5 hour that 5 hour 5 hour stream that we had years back. That was wild.
Wait,
Eh.
how long did your stream go tonight?
Right now we are on 2 hours and 52 minutes. So
Really?
yeah, crazy. Yeah, funny enough, as I said, I only wanted to really do like 2 hours, give or take, but
No,
yeah,
I thought it's been way longer than that.
nah, 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 nah.
But
But
yeah, hopefully the NIS stream would be cool.
yeah,
But again, so let me see. Each volume in Boruto, at least I'm referring to Boruto, is 4 chapters. August, September, October, November. So the current volume will end in November, and then we begin the next volume in December. So yeah, we should have a lot to talk about in terms of the Boruto and other stuff.
Listen
yeah.
to me, Kishi needs to pick it up. He needs to pick it up. I'm
Bro,
telling you, it hurts me.
I
It
am
hurts.
hoping we get something substantial for
He needs to pick
August,
it up.
honestly, because
I I
like
can't take it anymore.
like to be honest,
I
like
just can't. I need to see more fighting.
like
I need to see more prolonged fighting.
like I that aside, like my upload frequency aside, like I'm hoping we get something substantial for August, because I'm hoping like going forward after August, at least after August is chapter where Boruto is concerned, at least we can do some more Boruto videos, discussion videos, hopefully. So yeah.
And listen to me. If them ever take 1 month hiatus and could give me no 40-page chapter,
You know, I see him think William did the center with a wonder with a
if
we
they ever do that, I would be upset.
Yeah, because I was wondering, Sandra could say, but I was wondering if did he think we're gonna get like a 60 something, 80 something page huge chapter,
yeah.
or basically in this month they just were just making sure. I
Bio, no pressure. No.
hopefully,
Really?
hopefully the chapter we were supposed to get last month is already done and it's just to be released on the scheduled date, and then the one for August hopefully is also done or close to finishing, and they were also planning out the story, and it's not that the chapter we were supposed to get last month they actually still working on that.
Listen to me, Williams. They have been Kishimoto has been teasing me for far too long. He has been giving me just enough to keep me interested in this series. He needs to stop it, okay? He needs to stop it.
Zing. Oh, cool, Bio.
Business.
Um,
Business.
as I said, yeah, it's business, as William says, but yeah, I don't. We're more than just gonna get another 45 pages, more than likely, honestly, because like the hiatus aside, given that I don't know, well, I imagine he gets a certain amount of pages within the magazine, so Yeah, you have to consider that as well. So it more than likely will be
So
40 to 45 pages.
yeah,
So
it's not like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
Sanjay,
Uh,
do you read One Punch Man?
all right. So my relationship when it comes on to reading or watching One Punch Man, right, is that before season 2 had started, I was reading a decent amount of the Garo stuff, and then I dropped off. And then over the last few months, I've just been watching like when a chapter drops and like YouTubers cover it, I'll watch that video and I might read. Like I read the last 4 chapters, but before that, I just watched like YouTube videos covering like the reviews, like Master or whatever, or like Chibi.
Nah, wrong one, bro. Wrong one. Not him, please, no. But yeah, because I was gonna say, I think it's a series you would have enjoyed, and you should check out whether you did videos on it or not.
Yeah. I mean, I know the recent happenings, and yeah, it's jeez, I'm reading it and I'm just like, yo, this guy needs to do the art for Dragon Ball Super. Like, this man needs to do the art for Dragon Ball Super, clearly. But yeah, man, One Punch Man definitely up there for like I'd say one of the best mangas. Even though I haven't read a lot of it, but from what I've seen and just the portrayal, the visuals and everything, definitely one of the best mangas for the year.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But anyway, this has been it. We're about to almost hit the 3-hour mark, so I'm calling it for tonight. So guys, respect
man,
for coming out. Let's see what can happen for August regarding videos and life as well. So just see what can happen. So respect for coming out again.
Yeah, bless up to both of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All the best, Williams. All the best, Sanjay.
Yeah, man, Akil. So yeah, man. Respect, guys.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, man. Alright, respect for coming out, everyone, to another end of month subscriber stream. Bio, David, Lockmaster, William, Akil, Moms, everybody. So, yeah, right now, need to just chillax, hold a late night fresh, probably grab a snack, and just chillax for the rest. Well, no, I have some work to do. Yeah, not much, nothing too crazy, but yeah. But anyway, guys, respect for coming out, and I'll see you in the next one.